Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Ridiculous. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the best movie review podcast on the face of the fucking planet, The Film Blurs. I am Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. Uncle Jeffrey, a.k.a. J.O.T's Dynamite, a.k.a. Praetorian Jeff, Revengeman Button, He Who Remains, Petty Ruxman, Jobu Tupaki, Little Tom. This motherfucker, to be determined. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something. One sonic ring to rule them all. Black Giovanni Ribisi, Chocolate Tarantino, Ebony Spielberg. And I'm joined here, as always, with my friend and co-host.
What's up, you fucking ball bags? My name is Brandon Norwood, a.k.a. Hero Protagonist. I recruit my best friend into my organization, and he has to die for me so I can save the world and be the hero of this story, because the mission is bigger than either one of us. a.k.a. the true father of Joe, Kanye, and Aubrey's kids. Yo, Aubrey... Let me find we finding out that you had Diddy parties. Like, we're gonna find that out soon, baby. Like, I need more evidence so I could get more these child support checks need to go up. These kids want more Jordans. I want to give them Jordans, but these checks ain't cutting it. You give me only $2 million. I told you $5 million.
But if Aubrey goes to jail, then he won't have any more money.
Oh no, we're gonna seize them assets. I'm gonna go like, Judge, look at him. He's suffering as he's wearing nothing but fear of God. He has 6 chains on. Like, look at him. He's suffering. We need to seize his assets and sell him off so we can get this child support money to grow up. Look, you want him to still have a good life, right? All right, so I need these checks then. Like, seize his assets. You know, what's he gonna do in prison anyway besides get his eye on him? Every prisoner gonna go up to him in the shower. I got my eye on you. AKA Poppy Chulo. AKA the Glizzy King. Yo, shout out to Hamburger America. That Glizzy was fucking fire. Fire. I had to wash my coat when I got home because first time in years I ever spilled food on myself like a fat bitch.
Yo, that picture you sent me, that looked like an AI hot dog. That looked like a computer generated the perfect hot dog.
That's the best glizzy I've ever had in my life. And you know what? For $6.75, if it was anything less than a fire glizzy, I would have been pissed.
Well, that was only $6.50?
$6.75.
That was $6.75.
Yes.
Man, fuck you, Nathan's hot dog cart.
Right? Hamburger America doing it up and giving us fire glizzies. AKA Mr. Krusty. It's almost the new year. I'm gonna watch these rocket ships take off at the stroke of midnight. Maybe shoot some fireworks in there, huh? I guess I don't wanna miss a thing. AKA the Lethal Protector. AKA it's Morbin time, a.k.a. Ezekiel Sims, bad ADR, don't match my mouth, a.k.a. nobody want to come hunting with Craven. Why nobody want to hunt with Craven? I'm the hunter. Nobody wants to hunt with me. A.k.a. my biggest pet peeve is sports because I don't like seeing grown men sweat on each other. A.k.a. I want a Subaru Outback with mad strippers in the back giving shape-ups. A.k.a. Rough McGruff. A.k.a. D's Nuts. And A.k.a. B-Wood, the Maudib, Call Me Your Messiah, and start nominating me for some fucking Oscars, nigga. This is unacceptable. I give you the best studio blockbuster year. You guys disrespect me. Nominate Gladiator 2 over me, nigga. Okay. Somebody's getting a Glasgow smile. Remember this when I take over the universe, nigga.
Yo, I still can't believe that Gladiator 2 got nominated for anything but Denzel. Right?
Oh, man. I'm not going to talk about it on this episode, but, like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to talk about it. One of the groups I'm part of, I saw their list, and I was like, everybody and their mom was just like, I remember watching a YouTube show I deeply respect of dudes who do the same thing as us.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about our list, and they were just like, you know, there's some fun things on here, and then a lot of questionable things. Like I saw, and he's like, we both saw A Complete Unknown. He's like, yeah, we both saw that. Weird Elle Fanning got nominated, huh? Like she won that when she was the lesser of two performances, and I was just like, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and like, yo, ain't nothing against Elle Fanning because she does the most with a nothing role. But damn, like Monica Barbaro was right there, bro. If we're gonna give it to best supporting actress for anybody from that fucker, Monica Barbaro's right there.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't seen A Complete Unknown, but I can already tell it is fucking mid at best.
They ended this section where like this reads as somebody who just looks up random showtimes at AMC and pick that shit. They're just like the only thing that's here that I'm just like, oh, that's adventurous is Queer, but Queer's also the lesser of the two fucking Luca movies this year. And I was like, yeah, man, yeah. I'll get into it in What Have You Watched Lately, because I watched the screener with my brother again, and like, bro, Look, I'm glad everybody else is recognizing Challengers and Dune Part 2, because to see Gladiator in there over Dune Part 2 is some wild ass shit. And also, everybody and their mom has been clowning us for putting Wicked as Best Picture, Best Director. They're like, yo, what the fuck? They're like, in a year where everybody came correct as far as filmmaking wise, really? And I was just like, yo, look, nigga, like, there's nothing I can say that I haven't already said. Like, yo, listen, I don't pick like, I voted. That's all I can say. I voted, and clearly it is what it is. It is what it is. I still got a few more organizations to vote for, but like, I saw that shit and I was like, I see why people always say we're unserious. And I also feel like somebody sent me fucking the Brian Cox gift from Succession. You are not serious people. I'm like, nigga, you don't send that shit to me. I don't make the decisions, nigga. Like, I just participate. I don't know what you want me to do, baby. If I had more power, more than half that list would be different.
That's sort of like blaming one voter for the 2024 presidential election. It was like, I voted for who I was supposed to vote for. It was like the rest of everybody fucked up. Yo, right. Well, I'm not gonna say. You know what? Nah, because I'm gonna dig a bigger hole. Jeff, you know what it is. Like, you know what it is. It comes down to one person, and like however that person's feeling is what wins. Well.
Yeah, look. Yeah, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Anyways, before we move on, I want to talk about a lot of y'all motherfuckers clearly have not had sex, because Friday night, just all over social media, every incel, I was like, Jesus, y'all some incels, was talking shit about Sydney Sweeny because the paparazzi finally got their bikini photos. Because, she's at her house in the Florida Keys, because that's where she bought her mansion. And she's in a bikini, and she's not in makeup. She hasn't been touched. She looks like a normal human being. And everybody's just like, she tricked us. One tweet said, women stop getting fat. And I was just like, yo. I saw, like, and you look at the pictures. I'm like, this girl is in better shape than 90% of America. What are you talking about? Like, I'm looking at the pictures. Still a good-looking woman without makeup. Like, yo, all you saying she's fat and ugly and like that swimsuit's doing her no favors. I guarantee you, if you had the chance, you would take it, you fucking bitch. Like,
Look,
if me and Jeff even had a chance, we'd take it. Shit, we might take it at the same time, do the Eiffel Tower.
I mean, I'm not gonna like for Sydney Sweeny. I mean, yeah, right. Like,
Listen, I called the back, nigga.
right. You can have dibs, but like, here's the fucking thing. Anyone who's complaining about Sydney Sweeney's appearance as a real woman, right, can go really just fuck themselves because your hands are probably chapped from jerking off so much.
I'm like, clearly y'all have never touched a woman before. Clearly,
like,
because if you're looking at these pictures and saying that she's ugly and fat, I'm like, you've clearly never woken up next to a woman and seen her first thing in the morning. That's true love.
Here's the thing. Like, most of the people who are making these comments are probably bog trolls anyway, right? Like,
oh yeah, gotta be hideous.
They are angry that they couldn't get a chance with fucking Sydney Sweeney's fucking ugly cousin, right? Like, they're lucky to have any love in their life at all. Like, I just hate the internet. I hate the internet. I hate fans. You are the worst people ever.
It was so bad she made an Instagram post,
right,
where she compiled all the tweets, all the
right.
Instagram posts, all the Reddit comments, and it just showed. It was a super video of her working out, and I'm just like, girl, you don't even need to do this, honestly.
Right. Like, look, like, live your life. You don't need to do this.
Like, yo, you should not be worried about them. You're engaged. You're a multi-millionaire movie star. Like, you're gonna be fine.
Right. Like, here's my general rule for life. Right. If you become rich, no one can talk shit about you. Right. I mean, they can take all the shit you want, but like, I'm rich. Right. Like, you're writing about me.
Depends
right?
on the rich depends on the rich person, right? Depends on the rich person, because like, let's say
she earned it.
Let's say Jeff Bezos had a Luigi pulled on him. I'd be like, oh, that's too bad. That's too bad.
That's a shame.
There's like a lot of CEOs now where I'm just like, if a Luigi happens, we're all just gonna have the same reaction we did a few weeks ago. Like, whoops, well, that sucks.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's a shame. 2 tears in a bucket.
Right? Because you can't outwardly say like, yay. So you got to be like,
that's a shame.
Right? Like,
yo,
that's a shame.
And only rich people are outraged. Like, how could this happen? I'm like, well, nigga, I don't know. When you go to the ER and then you got a $24,000 bill, kind of makes it hard to feel any sympathy for somebody making $13 billion a year off of people suffering. So
I remember in my late 20s, I had to go to the ER for strep throat, right? Because it was like the worst case of strep throat anyone's ever had. Ever, right? And I had insurance back in the day, but like, insurance companies love to send you the bill. Like, this is how much it would have cost if you didn't have insurance. I literally was at the hospital for an hour, no special tests. I opened my mouth. They put that fucking wood thermometer in your mouth, the tongue depressor shit, right? Gave me a prescription for some pills and sent me on my way. When I get the bill, like how much it would have cost, that trip to the ER, $15,000.
Isn't it insane how this shit is free everywhere else? Like, there's countries who are literally like, we'd be poor, bro. Like, I'm talking about like eating dirt and we'd still get free healthcare. Like, it's just wild. This is the only country where like healthcare is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Like,
education's an industry here, health is an industry here. The only thing that's not an industry in the United States is like being a good person.
I love when rich white people come from other countries whenever I'm in New York and they talk to me and they're just like, why do you guys live like this? I'm like, nigga, would you looking at me like I got the answers? Like, yo, listen, if it was up to me, like we'd be living like you. They're like, yeah, we like to visit, but I would never move here. I'd be like, yo, listen, I get it.
Yeah,
Like,
we're like 100%.
like, yo, listen. That's why the wealth over there is passed down generation to generation, because y'all don't have to deplete your money on dumb shit like we do.
Like living, right?
Yeah.
Like health, like
Yo.
basic health. It's just like, sorry you can't go to college. Grandma had a headache.
Bro, if I lived in Holland, I would just commit crimes every day just so I could live in prison, because their prisons are nice. They're nicer than Section 8 apartments in America.
Like, have you seen German prisons?
Nah.
Yeah, like I mean, besides all of the bullshit that the earlier part of the 20th century brought to us, Germany is now very progressive when it comes to all that type of shit. Like, you get degrees and shit in there. Like, fucking, you get out of prison in Germany, you just go work for Mercedes.
See,
right?
America is like a third world country with prisoners, bro. Because like the only place, like Russia and like Peru and Argentina and United States are like the only prisons in the world where you go to prison and you come out a better criminal.
Wow. Like, it's, because it's supposed to be about rehabilitation,
right, and learning some lessons, and instead it's basically slave labor, where it's do or die in that motherfucker, because you don't know if you can be raped or shanked for any number of reasons.
Right.
And that includes the guards too, because guards will definitely rape prisoners on occasion. So like, I mean, everybody keeps talking like we're the greatest shit since sliced bread, but I'm just like, if you look everywhere else, not really, bro. Y'all swear by late stage capitalism, and even now, y'all rich fucks are suffering from it.
Everything's going to hell in a handbasket.
Yo, listen, bro. Now everybody has buyer's remorse. Now that this nigga straight up came out and is just like, yeah, I can't lower the prices on shit. I'm actually gonna have to raise the prices significantly on shit. So sorry. And they're like, but you promised. I'm like, how y'all not learned from like the last time, bro? That like, like y'all now have buyer's remorse. And it's just like, what'd you expect, you dumb bitch?
I mean, and it's so dumb. Like, all the promises he made, like, if you think about them logically, it's like, yeah, that's absolutely impossible, right?
Yeah.
Like, the lowering the prices, like, and don't get me started on these tariffs thing, right? Like, people who voted for him was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get you, China. It was like, but all the stuff that you buy is from China, and guess who's gonna
pay for it?
Right? Like,
it ain't gonna be them.
Sony's not paying for it.
Hell no.
Right?
Yo, fucking your new Samsung phone is gonna go up to $5,000.
Right. Like, 2025 is gonna be wild.
Oh shit! You know what? I should probably upgrade. I've been holding off on upgrading my phone, and now I'm like, shit, I should probably upgrade. Yeah,
like, honestly, everything you need to do it before January 20th.
Yeah. I need to do my passport. I need to do my phone. Yeah,
I gotta do my passport. I don't want a new phone, but maybe I should. And get everything, buy everything you need to off TikTok now, because TikTok's going away on the 16th as well.
I mean, I just got my shots over the weekend.
Yeah.
And the doctor's just like, listen, I know you already had it as a kid, but get whooping cough again. I'm like, whooping cough's eradicated, nigga. What are you talking about? He's like, ooh. And he's like, you've gotten all your hepatitis shots. I'm like, yeah, bro, I got those when I was a kid. He's like, yeah, maybe get hepatitis B again. I was just like, are you going to tell me to get polio next? He's like, yeah. He's just like, I'm going to be real with you. That's coming back too. And I'm like, bro, no. I was like, I can't wait for the bubonic plague then, because that's what we're going back to. I'm
mad that, like, diseases are the new hipster thing, right? Like, like instead of vinyl, it's just like we're bringing back fucking the bubonic plague, fucking the measles, fucking whooping cough. Like, how the fuck is whooping cough back?
Yo, I don't want to put unsanctioned vaccines into my children. I'm like, bro, everybody has been getting vaccines for like the past 50 years as soon as they're out of the womb. And you're trying to tell me you let Jenny McCarthy for the past 20 years let you fucking, and just spreads like wildfire now that we have prevalent people believing in this shit. Like RFK is making sure like vaccines are gone.
Yeah, but here's the thing: anything that fucks up the money, right? It's not going to go past. It's not going to go through. Vaccinate anything like the medical industrial complex makes too much money for fucking brainworm McGee to fuck up.
Even
the
this
program.
nigga Trump got to come out and be like, yeah, I don't know if I want to get rid of vaccines because like I was one of the first people to get the COVID shot, and then
literally
he's like, I kind of want to be first in line again if some shit breaks out again. It's
right.
like, yeah, of course.
Like he should have been dead, right?
Oh yeah, especially when he caught it.
Right,
I remember he got out of the hospital. He tried to look tough, and I was like, bro, you can barely stand up. Like if I came over and blew on you, you'd fall over and die.
Like he hit all the metrics for the prime victim of where we of the symptoms, or of COVID. Like he's old, overweight, unhealthy.
Anyways, back to Sydney Sweeny. Listen, you're never gonna meet her, so I don't know why you care so much about her body, bro. Like, come on. Y'all trying to talk down on her like she's becoming Elizabeth Taylor.
I'm
not trying to body shame Elizabeth Taylor. She just got old, is all. Like,
right. But like,
when you get old, you get fat.
And here, the thing is, you can't comment on her body like that, right? Like, it's not up to like some dude in fucking Podunk, Idaho, to like measure her worth as a person, right? Like she's still even out of makeup in a fucking bikini, she's still one of the top 10 beautiful women on the planet, and a talented actress, right? Like no one's talking, like her
or her business savvy.
Right.
She was business savvy enough to do Madam Web, which allowed her to do Anyone But You, and Anyone But You was the bigger hit out of the two. So like, I don't know, man. Maybe I say this. The only person she should be concerned about her looks is her fiance, who she's been engaged to for like the past 15 years. So like
not even him, right? Like it's her body, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If she wants to look any sort of way, that's up to her. But like,
man, y'all,
if you're making minimum wage and fucking you haven't seen your dick in 5 years, then you got no room to to talk about Sydney Sweeny.
Yo, OnlyFans has fucked up a lot of y'all, which is wild because a lot of OnlyFans models will post content without makeup on. So I don't know.
Right? I mean, like half of Pornhub is just bitches out of makeup.
Yeah, on the side of the road,
right? Like
on the side of the road, or in a bathroom stall. So like,
right, or a studio apartment. Like so
on a Tuesday, 3:00 on a Tuesday afternoon. Like, yo, relax, relax. Like, come on, bro. Like, clearly, y'all will never, ever, 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 ever lose your virginity. So,
not for free. Not for free.
All right, so Jeff, what have you watched lately?
What are you watching?
All right, so what have I been watching? A lot of TV. So we're going to start with Rogue Heroes, which is a show I discovered on Amazon Prime. It just hit. It was actually from 2020. It's another one of those BBC programs. It's another, British hitter. It is about the formation of the SAS, which is the Special Air Service, which, if you are a fan of Call of Duty, it's pretty much the British equivalent of uh, the Navy SEALs. Uh, and this thing is fucking stellar. It's hilarious, but not like intentionally hilarious, but it's just like situationally hilarious. The action is fucking fantastic. It's well acted. Yeah, there's not much I can say about it. It's fucking motherfuckers killing Nazis, and you can never go wrong with motherfuckers killing Nazis, right? It's only 8 episodes long, and season 2 drops in January, right? On the BBC, so we won't see it in this country for another 8 months. Rogue Heroes. If you're looking for something World War II set that isn't fucking Masters of the Air or whatever that fucking bullshit show on Apple Plus was, or if you're sick of rewatching Band of Brothers, Rogue Heroes.
Speaking of shit that got canceled, fucking the old man got clipped.
What?
Yeah,
How did that
last
get-
night.
So last night was the last episode?
No, it got canceled last
Okay,
night.
last night. God damn it. How many more? Like, I'm just going to wait for all of the old man to come out before I watch it.
It is.
Maybe
Like, both seasons are out.
Oh, like everything's out? Yeah. all
Yeah,
right.
so it's an unresolved show now.
Oh, fuck me. God damn it. Well, that makes me sad. Moving on from that, it was the last final episode of What We Do in the Shadows. Watching the show, watching the season, I was wondering how they were going to resolve everything. What was going to be the capstone on this. And last night's episode, Tuesday's episode, which is called The Final, is a fitting way to end this series. It's very meta. It's self-referential, and it's poignant, but leaves itself open to like further adventures. But watching last night's episode, watching the final episode, you really do realize that all along, Guillermo was the hero of the show, right? Like, he was the star, right? And we were really following him on his trajectory and his arc. And yeah, it was a very fitting way to end one of my favorite shows. I'm going to miss it, but it had to go, right? Because any more seasons, and it ran the risk of just watering down the recipe. Moving on from that, we're going to get into Day of the Jackal together, but we'll move into movies. This is the time of year where I like to go back and watch older movies that like I kind of grew up with, my formative years, like the late 80s, early 90s. So on Amazon Prime, they have Quick Change, which is the Bill Murray comedy with Randy Quaid and Gina Davis. And I had forgotten how much I love this fucking movie. In it, Bill Murray plays a bank robber with his 2 accomplices, his girlfriend Gina Davis and his best friend Randy Quaid, who, they rob a bank. And the movie's not about them robbing the bank. It's about them trying to get out of New York City, right? And all the misadventures that happen on their way to the airport. And this reminds you of how good Bill Murray was, right? there was a stretch in the 90s where he became Bill Murray, right? Like uh, the dude who would show up at your bar mitzvah and do the Torah, or the guy who would randomly give you a noogie in a bathroom stall just so he could say no one's ever going to believe you. Like, this is where the legend of Bill Murray started to really solidify, was the 90s. So this is peak 90s Bill Murray comedy, and if you've never seen Quick Change, you need to do yourself a favor and watch it. Moving on from that, on Netflix, I tried to watch the Jamie Foxx special. What happened was, I can only review the first 10 minutes of it because it is so fucking boring that I had to turn it off. So the first 10, 15 minutes of this thing is Jamie Foxx just thanking God for being alive, thanking his fans for praying for him, and then talking about his whole entire experience where Diddy did not poison him, and he just had some sort of, internal complications and X, Y, and Z. I'm glad Jamie Foxx is alive. I'm glad that he's, on the mend. I'm not glad that Netflix decided to give him a comedy special with no comedy. So your value may or may not for this thing. I can't really say. Like, you really may enjoy it, but like I said, I couldn't get past the first 15 minutes because it was just so innately fucking boring. Moving on from that, I think I found my Kato Lake. It is a movie I've been seeing around on all the streaming services for years, and I never had the chance or the inclination to watch it. But I was like feeling saucy this week, so I decided to watch Predestination, which is a sci-fi movie starring Ethan Hawke.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
And Sarah Snook.
Yeah, Zack Snyder fans swear by this movie.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, Zack Snyder fans love this movie.
That makes total sense, right? Before I get into what the plot is, let me give you one of the lines from this movie. I had to write it down because it was so profound. Half the fucking movie's narration, right? Half is flashback, and then so Sarah Snook is doing the narration, and one of her lines is, "I was one of a dozen babies with no past." You mean a baby, right? Because like a baby doesn't really have a past because it's got more days ahead of it than it has behind it. That's the sort of maddening writing fucking 101 poetry psychology major bullshit that is through this movie. Predestination. Here's the plot. It is about a time traveler who's part of this secret time traveling organization who is tasked with going back and stopping a serial bomber from destroying New York. He goes back to 1975, where he recruits Sarah Snook, who is a time traveling hermaphrodite space hooker. Yes, right? That's this movie, right? It is so weird. It is so wrong. It's so badly written. It's so badly shot that it's almost purposefully comedic. It is fucking amazingly bad. And once again, I think my new favorite genre is bad time travel movies. because just like Caddo Lake, you have to be damn near brain dead to not see where everything's going, right? But also the fucking leaps in logic in this fucking thing. Spoiler alert for in the movie, Sarah Snook, both versions of her female version and her trans version, right? They fuck. Right? So he literally impregnates himself in this fucking movie. Right? You shake your head. It is fucking bad. Like, you can't see the screen, but like Brandon is actually holding his head in pain. That's this fucking movie. And like the thing is, everyone's taking it so seriously that it makes it even more hilarious. Predestination. It is leaving Netflix at the end of this month. You have until December 31st to watch this piece of shit. You need to do it. I rarely suggest you watch bad movies, but this is one where like this is peak horrible cringe cinema. Predestination. God damn. And moving on to that, you want to talk about Day of the Jackal?
Yeah, you could go ahead and start off.
All right. Day of the Jackal is like the last episode is definitely setting up for a fucking crazy season 2. Once again, this show proved to be one of the best things on TV because I did not expect it to go down the way it went down. And like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but yeah, that showdown in the villa was fucking fantastic.
I'm mad they did that to Lashana, honestly.
Like, I am mad, but also that is ballsy storytelling. It really is.
Nah, fuck out of here.
Like,
Also,
it really is.
where is she running to?
I mean, she don't even know. She doesn't even know where she's running to. It's not like he can't find her.
Yeah, exactly. Also, you set your brother up to die, and now you decide to dip.
Oh man,
That nigga invested in. That nigga was basically doing a Nigerian prince scheme with a gangster.
And like, what did he expect the Jackal to do? Right? Like, when the Jackal's like, "Yeah, I'll be there." What
You're
what
gonna
did you expect to happen?
You're gonna blackmail your assassin brother-in-law to help you sponsor this fucking business with a notorious gangster. So you're trying to say you have leverage over two deadly people who can
Right.
easily make you disappear with no questions asked.
Right? What the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
And then the nigga decides to break into the house drunk during a raid when a raid's going down. And it's just like,
waving
all right.
the gun around, like,
yo, again, what did he? Even if they weren't there and it was just him,
right?
The fuck did he expect's gonna happen?
Right. Like, this dude killed your business partner from a boat 3,000 feet away, right?
Right. And let you take the fall, bro.
Like, what do you think's gonna happen when you try to walk in his house drunk, waving around his gun? I'd kill you on principle just for threatening me with my own weapon.
Yo, and let's say the police do investigate, it's all gonna be on him because you have the gun.
Right.
Like, you could just say, he could just be like, yeah, he broke into my house and stole my gun. Like, he could show them. He could show them the fucking footage from the the panic room, the safe room.
Exactly.
He could just show them the footage, like, yeah, this nigga broke in here and stole my shit.
Yeah.
And then you could probably use that shit to get his kid back. Where he'd be like, yeah, my wife broke into my shit too, took my shit, and ran off with my kid. I don't trust her. She's dangerous.
Yeah. So season 2 is going to get wild. It really is. And they should have paid him his money. Right?
Yo, this is how this all started. So I don't know why they keep thinking they can keep getting away with this.
Right? Like, what did the last dude owe him? The last dude owed him like what, $2 million,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he went all out for $2 million. What do you think's gonna happen now you owe this nigga $100 million? He's gonna take your world apart.
Well, yo, listen. This is why I am an honest man. If somebody's owed money, just pay them.
Right.
Listen, I'm just gonna pay you, bro.
Or just tell him like, look, I can't pay you right now, but I'm not telling you fuck you. I'm just saying wait.
I will say I would have been like, yo, listen, this is the money I have. I'm gonna give you this now, and I'll give you the rest when I come up with it. Like, put me on a payment plan, my nigga. Like, that's how you get paid back. Like, we're gonna Klarna this shit.
Oh shit! Honestly, that's not a bad idea to have a Klarna, or however you pronounce it, for people who just owe you money, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like
why can't we be on a payment plan with the fucking government?
Oh man, isn't that taxes? Taxes or payment plan?
yeah. But then sometimes I still owe, even though they took that shit out of my check. Don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah, but
some years I get a nice chunk of change back, and some years they're like, yeah, you owe us $200. I'm like, how, nigga?
Man. But you heard it here on the Film Blurs. The new app coming out next year, let me hold that, is for person-to-person borrowing exchanges that you pay back over time.
Yeah, and if you don't pay them back after a few months, it starts fucking up your credit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that is a great way to get money back from friends who borrow money.
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
there we go. Yeah. That's how we get rich. Fuck this podcast shit. Apps. Yeah. So Day of the Jackal. The whole entire series is now streaming on Peacock. I can't say anything else. It did not disappoint, and even though I'm upset by the way it ended, I am actually glad that they had the balls to do what they did in that last episode. Yeah. So I haven't watched. So I guess it's on you because I haven't watched Dune. I can't get into Dune.
All right, so Dune, I'm just gonna real quick say, it is what it is, right? We got one episode left. I guess I'll talk about this is also what I hate. I'm like, yo, y'all should have just did what the Jackal did and aired the last two episodes. Because, like, bro, how you gonna air the final episode 4 days before Christmas, man?
Right. Yeah. No one cares.
Like no one's damn, bro. Like, now I gotta talk about this shit on our final episode, and I'm like, bro, I wanted to do our final episode over the weekend,
right?
And now I gotta wait till Monday for this shit, and I'm just like, god damn, bro, like. Because this time of year, nobody's really trying to watch anything on TV. They trying to just do their last minute shopping and then decompress by throwing on some music or some old shit, some Christmas shit, some old shit or some Christmas shit.
Right. Like, I'm not trying to watch anything new.
Yeah, right? Man. Like, I've been wondering for the past 2 months why hasn't there been a new Law and Order. Come to find out, that episode they aired October 15th was the quote-unquote fall finale. I was like, oh, so y'all came back for 8 episodes and then was like, all right, peace, and didn't tell nobody. And now I won't see your ass till midway through January. That's 2 months.
And, like, I just saw that all 20 seasons of OG Law and Order is now on Hulu.
Yeah, so they're missing everything since it came back. That's all on Peacock.
But like goddamn, 20 seasons.
Yeah, it would have been the longest running show if they ain't fucking cancel it.
Right.
They canceled it for a spinoff, and then the spinoff got canceled for a season after one season.
Wow. I mean, look,
even though there's been like 8 Law and Orders running at the same time.
Not to mention, are they still doing Law and Order Europe?
Oh, Law and Order UK? That shit ended.
That shit ended? Okay.
I've never seen an episode of it. I always wanted to. Look cool.
Yeah, neither have I. So yeah, I haven't watched the last couple of episodes of Dune. I can't.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it other than like they're plotting still.
Yeah, of
They're
course,
plotting still, and it really just doesn't feel like this next episode is a finale of any sorts. It doesn't even feel like we're building to a climax. It feels like we're still building.
Yeah. Yeah, it just feels like a nothing show to me.
Yeah. Yo, man, I really hope when Denny steps away, he like guides whoever comes in and takes this shit over. Because like I'm watching this and I'm just like, yeah, bro, I really do understand why people are like, yo, this shit is unadaptable. And and I'm like halfway through the book, and I'm like, yeah, dog, like this shit is unadaptable. And so like the fact that Denny did it for somebody like me, where I had no inkling of Dune, like, yo, yeah, Dune Prophecy. I'll let you know how I feel about it once we get to the last episode. 6 episodes. Not nearly enough, honestly.
And I don't know if I haven't watched the last episode. Like we're on episode 4 of Skeleton Crew, right?
Yeah, the Daniels episode.
I haven't watched it yet because that just dropped. It dropped last week or it dropped this week?
It dropped last night.
I haven't watched that yet. But if you want to get into it,
protagonist of the episode is Neil, so it's my favorite episode so far.
Okay, all right.
It's a Neil-centric episode. They get on another planet called Ad Astra it's at something.
Right.
In the same solar system as Ad-Aten. And there are a bunch of imagine the inverse of Ad-Aten. Ad-Aten is a utopia. This planet that they landed on is a dystopia.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't.
And as soon as they get captured by the people who live there, this nigga Jude Law steals Wim's money. I was like, of course. Even later in the episode, he's like, yeah, man, I got you. I saved you guys. And they're like, where'd you get the money to save us? And he's just like, you stole my money, didn't you? And he's just like, yeah. He's just like, you fucking. You see the robot contemplating about, should I crush this nigga's neck for disrespecting my crew? He catches him in the act stealing the shit too. He's like, oh, you're a thief. We used to cut hands off of thieves. I was like, yeah, you should have cut his hands off, bro.
So I can't wait to watch this episode.
Look, I tweeted last night that Neil's the best character of this show, and that shit blew up. I was like, okay, everybody loves Neil.
Yeah,
Neil got the girl last night too. I was like, yo, good for you, Neil.
Because Neil should get all the girls. Like,
only person that pissed me off was Fern, because Fern was being a bitch.
I don't like Fern.
I don't like
her character.
Little homie Wim she fucked up last night on last night's episode, and little homie Wim goes over. He's like, "Yo, listen, you did the best you can." She's like, "I should have never been captain. You should have been." He's just like, "Yo, listen, you're gonna make mistakes. Like you did the best you could." She's like, "You're just trying to make me feel good so I could come up with another plan, but I can't come up with plans like a droid on the spot." And he's just like, bitch,
bitch, I'm trying to support you. I'm trying to be like,
yeah, like, damn, bro. I've been like, all right, well then go fuck yourself then.
I was like, everyone
leave her stranded on that fucking planet.
Everyone has someone in their life who, no matter what you say to them, they're just gonna be a fucking depressed, wet blanket motherfucker.
Yeah, that's Fern. All right,
so
we're gonna move into Creature Commandos because they did episode 3.
I haven't watched episode 3. Like,
yeah, bro, this show's not for me.
Yeah,
it's just straight up not for me because like the humor of this is old James Gunn, and I've kind of evolved past old James Gunn humor.
Yeah, because I rewatched the first 2 episodes right after having a conversation with you, and here's my thing: if I don't find any kind of enjoyment after a second watch, then it wasn't good, right? So I'm rewatching this the first the first 2 episodes is like,
yeah, man, this is literally a show for like 15-year-olds,
which is cool, that's fine, but then it shouldn't be R on HBO Max.
It is, yeah. This is not for me. It's just not for me, like at all.
Yeah. So like I will continue watching it, but I'm not in a hurry.
Harley Quinn does this all so much better, and it also doesn't help that shit's coming back next month.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I gotta watch the last season.
I was like, y'all dropping at the beginning of the year, huh? I guess Zavlov really wants y'all animated niggas like out here. Like,
yeah, it's. I cannot wait for what 2025 holds for David Zavlov and what kind of
because
dumbass movies he's gonna make.
they just announced that they're selling HBO and Max. They're selling the rights for Sesame Street, and I was like, that's fucked up. It's fucked up to do the week before Christmas. I was like, Merry Christmas, everybody at the Children's Television Workshop.
That's some Grinch shit. That is some real Grinch shit.
Yeah, man. I was just like, wow, all right. Should have never bought them from PBS in the first fucking place. So, and PBS about to have their funding cut, so I mean,
everything is horrible.
I don't know what the incoming administration has against PBS, but they are staunchly against PBS.
They're against poor people and education and progress. Everything that PBS stands for.
Because that and NPR is getting cut too, and I'm like, yo, NPR, all they do is tiny desk concerts, interviews, and classical music. Like, who is offended by NPR, bro? Like, y'all niggas like are just mad at anything and everything.
Yeah, anything that educates, informs the people, they are against. That's that's why we have a thing called fake news. There was never a term called fake news
before this nigga.
Before this motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Ugh.
Like he's trying to keep you dumb. So anyway, what else have you been watching?
I want to get into now we're at the end of TV. Let's finish TV with the newest episode of SNL. Wah, wah. I was like, damn, bro. The fact that even Chris Rock it's not even the skits that are struggling. It's Chris Rock was struggling. Like every skit looking for and looking at the cue cards and just stopping to pause so he could read his lines. I'm like, nigga, seriously.
The monologue was mid at best.
I thought it was funny.
It was like, because I've seen Chris Rock kill that monologue before. This wasn't it. Honestly, I can barely remember any of the sketches. Like the only sketch that really comes to mind
was the one that Sandler popped up.
Yeah. Because Sandler gave no fucks.
He's like, trying to squirt Sarah Sherman in the face, and it took them a whole fucking 3 minutes.
And then he was like, he stopped giving a fuck, and he was like, just open your mouth. Like, he's squirting everybody in the mouth. Like,
and just drench Chris.
Right, yeah. If that's what they're going to do this whole entire rest of season 50, it's just like have guest stars from previous seasons who don't give a fuck, I'd be there for that, because the written sketches are not hitting.
Yeah, get Sandler back, bro.
Yeah. And I found someone I hate more than Sarah Sherman on the show.
Oh yeah, we vote. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
You know exactly.
Oh man,
who I'm talking
do not like this.
I dislike her highly.
Yeah,
like
me.
I'd actually rather spend time with Sarah Sherman.
Yeah, because at least Sarah has jokes.
Right.
Despite the fact that I don't find her particularly funny, she can land things.
Right.
And her
she's
inflections
weird.
Can be funny. Right.
Right. She's weird. I just think her over the topness is kind of just jarring.
And she's just loud.
Right. She's just loud.
It's like the shrill type of loud.
Right. But she can be funny. Like,
it's not the loud that I miss, like from what's her name? Cecily Tyson. Like Cecily Tyson was loud, but she was fucking funny.
Yeah.
Or Adie Bryant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like what's her face? Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon was loud. She was fucking funny.
Right. I see what they're trying to do with Sarah Sherman. They're trying to replace Kate McKinnon.
Only one Kate, baby.
Yeah, only one Kate. But this new chick, I can't remember her name. Fucking plaid.
Jane Wickline.
Like, is that
yeah, that's Jane Wickline. She's the TikTok.
Yeah, the
hot,
TikToker.
and she's the TikTok hire / nepotism hire because her dad was also part of the show.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I
can't remember in what capacity, if he was a writer or he was actually like a player on it, but he was part of the show.
Yeah, they are not funny. I don't know if they go by she.
Yeah, that's because they make it because it's insinuated in the weekend update that they are bi, so I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, that. But they are not funny. They have never been funny. I've never laughed at anything they have done on the show, which is like I saw articles. Someone tried to make a big deal. It's like, oh, she's the first person since fucking Jimmy Fallon to do 3 weekend updates in a row with songs. It's like, yeah, but they're not good, and I don't like Jimmy Fallon either. So
yeah. I come to find out, not too many people like Jimmy Fallon. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, I see you, Fallon.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about even as a comedian. I'm just like, oh, people talk with him with disdain before all that other shit came out.
Yeah, like I never found him funny. But yeah, but go on. Yeah, like whatever her name is, Sarah Wickline or whatever it is. She's horrible.
She did a Sabrina Carpenter thing on SNL, and it was not funny. Weekend Update was solid up until the guest. Excuse me, because the guest before Jane Wickline, it was somebody else.
Who was I can't remember.
I can't remember what it was either, but that shit was not funny. It was like Weekend Update was finally hitting for once this season, and then the two guests absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
So
wait, was the guest like the football mom? Or was that last?
That was last
episode?
week.
That was
last week.
Yeah.
I hope, since this is the Christmas episode, they get to run unfiltered and unedited with no guests, no interruption. Right. It's just them.
Yeah. I look forward to the joke trade every year. That's the only thing that honestly keeps me around for SNL. And like they may act like SNL accidentally is funny at this point. Like I don't expect,
This is season 50 and I'm like, bro, y'all had like at least one episode around this time of the year where we're just like, damn, that was funny. And so far we have 0.
Right.
Like none. It is not good that we are now halfway through this season. It is dead.
You know what's the best thing from this season? Glory Hole Sushi.
Yeah.
That's the best.
It's the Lonely Island shit, man.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there are skits I laughed at, but they haven't been memorable.
Right.
Like, I'm surprised we haven't done What's Up With That yet. I'm like, damn, bro, it's the 50th season. Bring that shit back.
You bring back Church Lady, but you don't bring up What's Up With That.
Yeah, come on. I mean, Keenan right there, bro.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure Fred Armisen and Jason Sudeikis would pop back in to do that shit again.
I mean, we still have another half season after the break. So we'll see. I'm telling you, everybody's coming back.
Well, the special, the 50th special is in February.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I want to try to get tickets to that motherfucker.
I signed up for to be in the lottery. So we'll see.
I'm gonna see what I can do because I want to be there for that shit. All right, yeah. Let's move into movies. God damn, bro, that shit's Chris.
Bad.
Yo, fucking Bill Burr, Chris Rock, John Mulaney.
I don't know what to tell you.
Jesus Christ.
I think like everyone feels depressed.
Even the musical in John Mulaney's this year was not as good. It's still funny, but not as good. Fuck. All right. Well, let's move into movies. Let's start with I watched a screener of Rachel Morrison's debut, The Fire Inside, based on the true story Clarissa T-Rex Shields, written by Barry Jenkins. It's okay. Listen. I don't know what it is about me and biopics this year, but like everybody's flipping out about these biopics. I'm just like, somebody's got to tell me what I'm missing, bro. Because Better Man, people have been loving. A Complete Unknown, people love, and now this, and I'm just like, I might be missing something, man. Because like the stuff that should hit isn't hitting. Rachel Morrison, I can see how she could be a great director, but like she's a DP and she's DP'd some of the best looking movies ever. Why is this overlit?
I mean, I haven't heard anything about this movie.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. And like, here's the thing: a biopic has to be really good for me to even like put it on a list.
And like after Oppenheimer, dog, like where that was just unconventional,
right?
In every single way, and it was like it was a big epic thriller as a biopic. I don't know if I want to see just a standard biopic again.
Like, I don't want to watch something on the big screen which is pretty much like a bigger budget version of something you can watch on TV.
Well,
right?
I mean, I did watch this on my TV.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, something that would be on like in the fucking I don't even know what the channels are anymore, but something that you would find on like A&E or something like that.
Yeah. Look, the performances are great. That's the one thing I can say. The performances are amazing. Maybe this would have been hit better if Barry actually did direct this. Maybe. But as it is now, it's whatever. Shout out to Brian Tyree Henry, man. Moving on, watch Mike Leigh's new movie. I'm so glad I got to finally see it. My man hasn't made a movie since Mr. Turner. Hour and a half, Jeff. Every East Indian and Jamaican nigga needs to see this shit because you will recognize the woman in this. This movie's called Hard Truths. Marianne Baptiste plays Marianne Jean Baptiste plays a woman named Pansy, Jamaican woman living in Britain. And if you ever been around Jamaican women, you always know, oh, no. You wearing that. You wearing that. You have a cat instead of a dog. You boughty boy? What you dating her for? You got too much. She got too. Oh no. Just criticize everything you do. Yeah, this woman here, dog, Pansy is so unbearable that her husband and her son tiptoe around her, and she still finds a way to just go on a tirade. And at first, it's funny because you're just like, damn, this bitch is just mean. And then it just becomes sad, bro. Because you realize, like, she's just suffering from a lot of anger and depression. And then it intercuts with her sister's life. And her sister's always this upbeat, happy woman living her best life. And I'm just like, oh, damn, bro. And the last 30 minutes, they hit you hard. Especially, like, the last scene of the movie. I'm like, damn, bro. That's how this shit's going to end? Yeah. This is going to end up on my best of list.
Oh, really? Word?
Yeah, this shit is amazing.
Okay.
90 minutes. Hard Truths. I loved it. Mike Leigh, man. Mike Leigh knows how to make a fucking good film, bro. I'll tell you that much. Love this dude. Yeah, I know he's at the end of his career because my man can barely walk now, but like, do it till you drop dead, my guy. Oh, I forgot that I had to talk about this in TV because I logged it as a movie. Pixar dropped a interquel TV show for Inside Out. So this takes place between Inside Out and Inside Out 2. It's called Dream Productions, where once her emotions go to sleep, they let the Dream Productions take over. It's a movie studio, and they create these movies for Riley to dream on.
That sounds cute as fuck.
It all goes to hell.
Of course it does, but like that sounds like a great concept.
It's triggering because you watch this and you're just like, man, this is exactly how a movie studio is run. It's triggering because I've been in these situations where I'm just like, but that doesn't make sense. But yes, but if you don't put this character in here for 3 minutes, we won't make $1 billion. Do you understand that? I'm like, no, it doesn't make sense, bro. Then you got the key grip coming up like, yo, you know what? I got an idea. What if we shine this light right at this moment and make it more profound? Like, damn, like I was having flashbacks watching this show.
That sounds fantastic. And I forgot to, during my TVs, I forgot to talk about the franchise. I finally finished it out.
Yeah.
The show grew on me. The show definitely grew on me. We'll talk more about that next week, but I just want to make sure, like I mentioned that.
Yeah. You know what's cool about Dream Productions? 28 minutes, right? Each episode. Guess how many episodes?
4.
Oh shit, you got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, four episodes.
Yeah.
What?
A movie's worth. Yeah.
This is almost like what Moana should have done. And this honestly feels like more of a movie than Moana 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's structured like an episode of TV. So like it feels complete on its own, even though it's part of a whole. But like it's amazing how Inside Out keeps building out its world in a show, a spin-off show, and a sequel. Like we are still building out and up this world around this little girl and her emotions. Well, now she's a teenager now. I shouldn't be calling her a little girl, but like, damn, bro, it sucks that we gotta wait another 10 years for Inside Out 3. Because I'm feeling we ain't gonna get these for like another 10 years. Like, hey, 10 years later, let's see how adult Riley's doing.
Oh, that's gonna be fucking devastating. Those movie tickets should come with Prozac.
Or maybe might not get that far. Maybe we might deal with her in college. So like, yeah, Dream Productions, man. Nice compliment to Inside Out, man. Like, yo, listen, I hope this franchise does not die. I'll say that much. This is the one Pixar I'm begging y'all to stop with Toy Story. And Inside Out was like the last movie. I'm like, yeah, that could use a sequel and a spinoff. Because I remember like, how y'all doing a sequel and a spinoff? And now that I see the bigger picture, it's like, yeah, keep making them. But Toy Story, I'm begging y'all. I'm begging you, stop.
Literally stop beating a dead horse.
Like, yo, come on. The only person who's looking forward to it is Tim Allen. And that's just because Tim Allen needs the money. Otherwise, everybody's just like, God damn it, no. Tom Hanks is literally going to say, I'm going to drop dead, guys. Like playing Woody. So, Disney, you're going to have blood on your hands. You kill America's dad.
COVID couldn't kill America's dad, but Disney will.
All right. Finally saw We Live in Time. It's a good movie.
All right. I mean, I can't remember.
Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh have great chemistry.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We Live in Time. Oh, that's the one with the fucking fucked up horse. the movie poster that launched 1 million memes.
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Look up We Live in Time horse. You'll say.
Listen, all I gotta say is like, yo, Florence Pugh, get at me, yo. Get at me, ma. Like, that should have been me. I should have been in We Live in Time, not Andrew Garfield. I'll stand there with my dick out like he did. I don't care. Listen, if I get to do these scenes, then yeah, I will gladly star We Live in Time. Let's remake it. Me and Florence Pugh this time.
Shit.
All right, moving on. Rewatch Queer. Liked it more this time. Still think it's a fine movie. Like it's just good. Like just baseline good. Okay. A lot of people who read Burroughs said like this is basically the book. Like it is the ideal adaptation of Burroughs. I was like, oh damn, so Burroughs is this surreal on his own. It's just not Luca being weird.
Right.
But yeah, look, Challengers, baby. Like that's the only problem. Is like, yo, it came out in the year Challengers, baby. Like shout out to Daniel Craig too. And Drew Starkey.
I mean, what's Craig got up to now? Like, what's he got next?
Wake Up Dead Man, the third Knives Out movie.
Oh, that's right.
And then him and Luca are gonna do Sergeant Rock together.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
which
I knew there was
I'm like,
some
that's
news.
fucking wild. I was like, James Gunn's really letting Luca do a
They got to throw everything against the window. They got to throw everything against the wall.
Because Luca is about to put out his trailer for his next movie called After the Hunt. It's a thriller. It's a conspiracy thriller starring Julia Roberts. And I was like, damn, Julia Roberts just been doing nothing but thrillers, huh?
Hey, look, she's in that phase.
Yo, she's making art house thrillers, the type of thrillers that Ashley Judd wishes she
Leave Ashley. Look, Ashley walked so Julia could run, right?
Yeah, but also Julia was a rom-com star. And trust me, she also tried her hand at rom-coms and we're just like, no, thank you.
Did Ashley Judd do a rom-com?
Yeah, she did a few of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I do not see that. Like, I don't. She's so serious.
Listen, no offense, Ashley, but you're lacking a certain charm and charisma that made Julia Roberts America's sweetheart for like damn near 40 years. Still considered one of the most beautiful women on the face of the earth. And she's 60. So like, look.
Yeah, like Ashley Judd, yes, I can totally believe you hunting for revenge or running from a serial killer. I can't imagine you meet cuting. Like I can't imagine you like.
Yeah, like, yo, listen, I see Julia now, and I'm like, yeah, she could probably beat my ass. Like, you see her in a revenge thriller holding a gun. I'm like, yeah, listen, she looks a lot more hardened. She still looks like Julia Roberts, but she looks more hardened, so she could pull it off. But also, if she's like, yeah, I want to do a rom-com, I'd be like, hey, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Like, look, again. That's the thing about being a movie star. You gotta be a chameleon, and like, not for nothing, like. Julia's got that range. Ashley, you don't got that range. So it's like Tom Cruise. We watch him jump out of shit, but then like he was also great in Magnolia and the last Kubrick movie. It's like we used to get movie stars who could like do it all. Who could do it all.
Who would do it just to prove that they could do it. It was like, I'm a real fucking actor. Look at this.
Yo, if Tom Cruise said he was going to do a musical, he could pull it off because he's done literally everything now.
I want to see Tom Cruise do a straight comedy. Right? Like
he's still trying to get that. They just announced he's still trying to get Les Grossman greenlit.
Oh, fuck yeah. Like, why can't Tom Cruise can't get that greenlit? I don't understand.
Because Tropic Thunder wasn't a big hit, and now, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff in Tropic Thunder that people are afraid to touch where I'm just like, come on, guys. It's still funny, though.
Look,
it's still funny.
As a black person.
That shit's still funny, though.
As black people.
Yeah, that shit's still funny.
Robert Downey Jr., that's
the whole point of Al Pacino. Is his character's literally there to say, like, yo, this is fucked up and you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. As a black person, I'm saying that the blackface in Tropic Thunder is okay because it's a point. It's the point of the fucking character.
Right. Method act. They are literally making fun of Daniel Day-Lewis,
right? And method acting. That's why it's so fucking hilarious. And like, look, Robert Downey Jr. put his foot in the role. Like,
he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
That's somebody's uncle right there. That is literally someone's uncle, right? And if Heath Ledger hadn't died, RDJ would have won that. I'm sorry.
Listen, the universe works in mysterious ways. You know why? He did win. He won for another Nolan movie, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't win your first time, just
try again.
Star in a Nolan movie. Like, yo, Emily Blunt, after all this time, was finally nominated for an Oscar for Oppenheimer. I'm like, I could have swore she was nominated before. All the performances she's given us in all the types of movies, and that was her first time. That means she has to make another Nolan movie, so she can win. Because not for nothing, I feel like Emily just deserves it for giving us 20 plus years of solid entertainment.
Right. But I need the Les Grossman movie.
All right, what was the point you were making?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
All right, we were talking about. Oh yeah, we were talking about Julia Roberts because she's in the next.
Oh yeah,
fucking
no.
Luca movie.
I think we just closed up on it, right? Like Julia. There's a reason Julia Roberts is Julia Roberts, and there's a reason Ashley Judd is Ashley Judd, and I respect Ashley Judd. You know, Kiss the Girls. You know, all of those 2 adjective movies she did in the 90s. But you know,
Yeah, exactly. Like, look, like I said, I don't hate queer, but somebody's got to tell me, like, look, Daniel Craig's rightfully being nominated, but like outside of the acting and the cinematography, that's basically all. And the set, like the set design, production, and the costumes, yeah, all that. But like as a whole, it's like fine. It's a good, fine movie. Like,
and I was talking to somebody the other day about this. Like, there's nothing wrong with just fine. Right. There's like not every movie has to be some sort of transformative experience or like artistic endeavor. Sometimes you just want to see a story.
And that's the problem is like people are treating this because it's an artistic endeavor and it adapts like a unfinished novella from one of the icons of the Beat generation. So it's doesn't make any sense because it's in that Dadaist surreal style, and it's just like, okay, yeah, but they're like Challengers is good entertainment. I'm like, yeah, but sometimes good entertainment is 10 times better than the artistic movie. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, let's just keep it funky, man. Like, everybody I've talked to has agreed Challengers is the better movie, and that's what should be getting nominated.
Right. Like, sometimes you just want a good story told well. It doesn't have to be more than that.
Also, Challengers was a spec script that was in development for 5 years.
Right. You know?
Dude's married to Celine Song, the dude who wrote Challengers.
Celine Song.
She wrote and directed Past Lives.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so Justin Curtis, you're going to be working for a minute because Luca apparently snatched it. While they were making Challengers, he made him adapt this novel.
All right.
I like how Justin tells the story. He's like, yeah, we were on the set of Challengers, and halfway through shooting, Luca comes up to me. He's like, you ever read William Burroughs is Queer? He's just like, nah. He's just like, okay. Then the very next day comes up to me. He's just like, I want you to adapt this. And he's just like, what? He's like, yeah, start adapting this. And he's just like, all right.
Oh, all right, fine.
Because the Sergeant Rock announcement came, and it's all that he wants Justin to write the script for that too.
Look, good for him. Good for him.
I was like, that's got to be some type of whiplash, though, because you write this sexy sports comedy drama to this surreal meditation on queerness and love to just this comic book action movie.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Luca does with Sergeant Rock.
Yeah, and right after Sergeant Rock, we're getting his American Psycho.
And look, Austin Butler, perfect casting.
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
perfect fucking casting.
It was either going to be him or Jacob Elordi, one of them two.
I'm done with Jacob Elordi. Like,
you need a break, my nigga.
What? I didn't like.
You need a break.
I need a break. Like, just like I need a break from what's his fucking face? Gladiator.
Paul Mescal.
But yeah, I need a break from Paul.
You said that, but you still haven't watched Normal People.
All right. Well, that Normal People is gonna be the last Paul Mescal thing I watch for a minute.
You say that, but you still haven't seen After Sun. You forgot about. You forgot about All of Us Strangers.
Well, you know, like I saw All of Us Strangers. We saw that together. Yeah. I'm not saying dude's not good. I'm just saying like it's time for another sad white boy. a sad, pretty white boy to take the field.
There's a lot of them too, bro. Because Harris Dickerson is in Baby Girl. George McKay is gonna be in a movie I talked about, and I'm like, yo, George McKay and Harris Dickerson. You could tell me they're twins, and I believe you. They look like the same dude.
What are you saying? Are you saying they all look alike?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. American Psycho. His American Psycho is gonna be sick. I might bring a barf bag because I know Luca, and Luca's a sick fuck. So I might bring a barf bag.
I actually want to read the novel.
Yeah, because I heard the novel and the movie are pretty fucking different. Yeah, that's why he's doing it again. I was like, oh, Luca wants to literally put the novel on screen, and like, if anybody can do that, it's Luca. You sick bastard. I would still say see Queer. Like I'm telling our listeners, still see the movie because it's a movie worth watching. Just know that like
it's not gonna be it's not gonna blow your mind.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The thing I walked away from it was more than anything is like, damn, Luca can make a great movie, and Drew Starsky cannot wait to see what he does next.
Mm.
So
all right. Same.
With that, I saw War of the Rohirrim again in IMAX, and like, yo, I still fucks with this movie, man. Crazy that everybody in this IMAX theater was under the age. Everybody was like over the age of 20 in this IMAX theater. Like, there's nobody under the age of 20 in this. I was like, bro, this is a anime, and there's no kids in this motherfucker. It's all adults.
I mean, is it kid? It's not kid friendly.
Oh hell no!
Right?
But you know, when has that stopped parents from taking their kids to see some shit? Where I'm just like, yo, why do you got your fucking kid in here? Especially horror movies. The horror movies is what trips me out. I'm like, why you got your fucking kid here, bro?
I will always bring this up. I saw when I saw Dawn of the Dead, you know, the James Gunn / Zack Snyder version. I saw a 3 or 4 year old running around the fucking theater, right? I saw kids at Cocaine Bear, right? Like, you negligent ass parents. You wonder why your kids can't make fucking they live at home until they're fucking 50.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I had kids, I'm so desperate to see it, I would take my kids to see Nosferatu.
Just get a babysitter. Get a fucking babysitter.
Yo, listen, I'd just be like, yo, you're gonna have to. Yo, I would teach a lesson. I'd be like, yo, listen, if you don't behave, Nosferatu's gonna come and drink you too.
Like, here's the thing. You're like at a certain point, right? You're actually better off just leaving the kid in the car, right? Like, you are less negligent leaving the kid in the car.
Sometimes they need that extra push to good, and maybe a scary movie is that extra push to good. Like, sometimes maybe you gotta take them to see the Batman and be like, yo, listen, if you don't behave, Batman gonna come and fuck you up, nigga.
See, this is all of adulthood is getting over past childhood trauma. And this is a perfect example. It's like past childhood trauma that was inflicted on you by your parents. That's all adulthood is.
Or the people around you. Not strictly your parents.
No, right, okay. The people who are supposed to be taking care of you. The formative people in your life.
Yeah, listen. Anyways, my brother liked it. I still liked it. Like, this movie's fucking hard, yo. And seeing that trailer for Companion in IMAX, I just want to see that in IMAX now. I was like, yo, Trey, you want to see this in IMAX? He's like, bro, we don't need to see this in IMAX. Do you really think? I'm like, yeah, nigga, shit looks hard. I was like, yo, we don't need to see this in the IMAX, man. I was like, you don't want to come over here? He's like, nah, nigga, just go. He's like, you could just go to Market Fair and see this one. I'm like, all right. Moving on. I saw it on the Pixar feed on Disney Plus when I was watching Dream Productions, so I decided to go back and rewatch A Bug's Life because I hadn't seen it in so long. And yo, I was dying. I forgot about Francis the ladybug. I was dying. He's just like, hey, honey, come here. Ooh, come here. He goes over. He's like, what? Just because I'm a ladybug, that makes me a woman? And he's like, oh, Jesus, She's okay.
I have not thought about that movie in forever.
Yo, they're at the bar and the mosquito's drunk, and he goes, "Hey bartender, Bloody Mary, O positive." And he sucks up the blood drop that the bartender sits down. He sucks up the blood drop, and he's so drunk off the blood, he falls over and just passes out.
All right, this is fucking.
Or at the bar where the flies come back, and the flies come back. It's like, there's that man ladybug. And they bring back this muscle-bound dude to beat him up. They show up, and Francis just goes, "Shoe fly, don't bother me." Francis, voiced by Dennis Leary.
I had forgotten this movie existed. This does not seem like the early 2000s were different.
The grasshoppers, when they fly, sound like fucking motorcycles.
Am I gonna have to go watch A Bug's Life? Because the way you were laughing, like I can't remember a goddamn thing about A Bug's Life. Like honestly, I don't think I think the last time I saw it was the last time it was in theaters.
Yo, Disney and Pixar will never make a movie this harsh.
Oh,
where the main character gets beaten to the inch of his life. There's all types of fucking wild innuendo jokes in this shit.
Oh man, this is why you never got A Bug's Life too.
the queen ant gets a boyfriend at the end. He's like, "You could rub me down with suntan lotion anytime." He's like, "Ooh, hubba hubba, all right, baby."
Jesus.
The two little pill bugs were like Germans and couldn't speak English.
Is this a kids movie? What the fuck?
PT was a literal flea, and he would fuck everything up, and he always wanted money. That's fucked up. They made him a flea.
Oh man! All right, this motherfucker's dying over here.
Yo, they made the greediest character who would always fuck shit up a flea.
Alright, fuck, man. I'm gonna have to watch A Bug's Life. Like, I don't remember it being this funny, but then again, I don't think I literally haven't seen this movie since it came out. It was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, bro. It was Pixar's second movie right after Toy Story. And it made money because it was like, yo, the people who made Toy Story made another movie. So I was just like, "Yo, Mom, can we see this?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then she walked out. She's like, "Damn, that was good too." That was just one Pixar. When every time they're like, "Oh, a new Pixar movie," everybody's like, "Yeah, fuck it, we gonna go."
Yeah, ticket sold.
Yeah, because they just had a run for a minute where you're just like, "Damn, bro, damn, they're on that Miyazaki shit." I gotta go back and rewatch all these fucking old Pixar movies because damn, bro, like I was just like, "Yo, you could not get away with Francis the Ladybug."
Yeah, no, like as soon as you described it to me, it's like that seems transphobic. Yeah. You can't do that. You can't say that.
Francis. And then he
shit.
becomes den mother to the ants, to the little girl ants, because they all think he really is like a female ladybug. So they have Girl Scouts.
Yeah, this seems problematic. This seems wrong. Like, especially since, like, what was it that the news that broke? There was a trans storyline in one Disney's new animated show.
Yeah, they cut it out because they don't want to go to war with Florida again. They're just like, that was exhausting.
They don't want to
do
smoke.
that again.
Yeah,
and
they were just.
They easily won, like we all knew they would, but they just don't want to go through the process again.
Right.
Just because, he said, even Iger came out. He's like, yeah, being inclusive has a price, and the world just ain't inclusive as we
Right, it's
want
not.
it to be.
It's right. It's not ready. Like
Yeah.
what? Like Florida, and when I mean Florida, I mean Republicans. It's kind of ruined everything for everybody.
Yeah, apparently when Inside Out 2 was coming out, they told Pixar, make Riley less gay because there's a lot of stuff in it originally where they're just like, it was coming off that she was a lesbian, and they're just like, yeah, make her less gay.
That's sad.
I was like, she is a 15-year-old girl, a teenager. Like, I don't know. I would just say let a teenager be a teenager. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, like at that age of discovery, they're all a little fucking gay.
Yeah, man.
until they discover, like, all right, this is what I want to be. This is what, this is who I was supposed to be. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Florida. But anyway, Florida's got a bug's life.
Yeah. That I mean, look. That's one of the reasons why nobody saw Lightyear, because everybody had this big backlash over the gay moms that were in the movie.
Which was barely a thing, right? Like, they're gay, but like they're a couple. That was it, right? It wasn't like it was no sort of political agenda. It's just the two characters happen to be married to each other. It's dumb. It's so fucking dumb that we, like, at this day and age.
Yeah, right. Especially since this was accepted, and what the worst people in America idolize, which is the Roman Empire, and almost every dude in Rome was fucking another
boys.
dude.
Right.
Like the term twink comes from Rome, dog. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, they had they had these niggas in dog collars and shit.
Well, I mean, I know Denzel was pissed off that they removed his kiss.
Oh yeah. Probably, you know why? I mean, I get it. Like, he's grown up. He's a man of the past, right? Where that shit you had to be quiet about. Now it's all accepted, and he's like, oh, I get to be this badass, and this is all acceptable now, and I get to be a true Roman, true bisexual Roman, get to act and actually finally let myself be vulnerable, and they cut it out of the movie. Yeah, like, I get it. I totally get it. When you put yourself out there, it kind of hurts. Like, I get it.
Yeah, like the one chance the movie had to do something interesting.
Yeah.
And they cut it out.
Yeah, so Bug's Life.
The Bug's Life.
The next day, right after SNL, I was just like, you know what, man? I should start prepping for Den of Thieves. I should probably watch Den of Thieves again. And instead, I was like, you know what? Let me put that on the back burner. Because our good friend Andrew Action Guy Gorman, will be coming on to review Den of Thieves 2 with us.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, like, I was like, you know what? I need a Den of Thieves type movie.
Right.
So on HBO Max, I found 2016's 999 by John Hillcoat, a director I do like. And I saw the cast, and I was like, how the fuck did I never see this?
You never saw 999?
Nah, man. I start watching it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, the first 30 minutes, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, this is fucking good. I was like, what?
And then 30, yeah.
And then it keeps going. Yeah. It keeps going. And then by the third act, I was just like, man, y'all had something, and y'all just completely, like, shit the bed. Like, I've never seen a movie just really just shit the bed that hard.
Yeah. I mean, and the concept is great, right?
Yeah,
like, setting up a cop for, like, to be murdered so you can rock. Like, it is a great concept. And like you said, like, the first half hour, I'll give you even the first 45 minutes are fucking amazing.
Right. And then once Norman Reedus dies,
that's where
slowly goes down. And it's not because of his death. It's just because then the characters are just written in a way where you're just like,
don't care.
Word? Like, word?
Yeah.
And where everybody ends up by the end of it, you're just like, this is fucking stupid.
And depressing.
Even
Stupid and depressing.
Even Woody Harrelson was like, yeah, these are a bunch of fucking contradictions that don't make no sense. And I'm like, bro, if the characters have to say that, then that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, my favorite part of the movie is Woody Harrelson walking by the black Israelites and him giving them money. He's like, you going to hell, white devil. You going to hell. And he takes a bow and he's like, thank you. Thank you. I was like, he gets it. He gets it. But damn, bro, this could have been, there's parts of this movie where I'm like, yeah, John Hillcoat's doing something good. But like, literally, it's this fucking script, man. This script fucking sucks.
Who wrote it?
It's a good question. Let's see who wrote it. 999. That's a shame, man. That really is a shame. I like, it feels like it's a first draft, to be quite honest with you.
No, I'll give you that. I'll give you. Yeah.
You know, hold on, let me pull it up. This is a real sad movie. Matt Cook. Let's see what Matt Cook has also written, because I guarantee you it's nothing good.
Matt Cook. Give me a second.
As soon as IMDb wants to load, this bitch don't want to load, bro.
Oh, Patriots Day, The Duel.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, man, he's written
Angel
some
Has
fucking
Fallen.
stinkers. Yeah. That's the worst
The
one.
Informer. What?
What of the trilogy?
Angel.
Like, the
That's
best
the
one
first
of the
one, right?
Angel's Fallen's the third one.
Is it?
Yeah, the first one is Olympus Has Fallen, because that was
Right.
because it came out the same time as White House Down. It was those two movies.
Right.
And
So
this
Olympus.
and this one came out first. Olympus Has Fallen, and it was so much cheaper than White House Down.
Right.
So it got a sequel, and the sequel is my favorite one, which is
That's
London Has Fallen.
Right. Okay.
That shit's hard. And then Angel Has Fallen is stupid.
Okay. Yeah. Angel Has Fallen, where he's just pretty much just stabbing niggas in the head for 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The Informer
I haven't seen The Informer.
I saw The Informer. It could have been good. It really. I think I talked about it on the show, actually.
That's the same with Patriots Day. I'm like, Patriots Day could have been fucking decent, but it's. And then Duel. I've never seen The Duel.
I've never seen The Duel. I like Patriots Day because I like Peter Berg films. Right?
Fair enough.
I just like, and it's not because it's good, particularly. I just enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I mean Matt Cook hasn't written anything since Angel Has Fallen, and I don't think he will again. Because damn, bro, like, man, I wish I directed this, because I would have been like, yo, you guys don't even have to credit me, but like, I'm going to rewrite this fucking script, like, because we got something here, but it needs work, because this screams first draft.
Yeah, but watch the first half hour 999. What's it on? Peacock?
Or HBO Max.
HBO Max. Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Rewatched Interstellar. In IMAX 70mm, still sold out. They fucked up because as soon as we got out of Mufasa, the line was already wrapped around the corner to let people in the theater, because the movie started in fucking 15 minutes. And guess what?
Right.
Wasn't enough time for them to properly clean it. Wasn't enough time to get people in. Like, people were coming in 30 minutes into the movie, and that's on top of them showing 30 minutes of trailers. Like,
so
Jeff,
it was an hour. It was an hour behind.
Like,
right?
Yeah, because I walked. Because remember, after Mufasa, I was like, yo, I need coffee.
You
and I
walked
walked to get coffee and came back, printed my ticket. And by the time I got upstairs, it was like 1:30. So I got into the theater like halfway through, like a little more than halfway through the trailer reel. Like, I sat down and the trailer for Sinners played. And then right after Sinners, it's only 2 more trailers. One of them being Mission Impossible. And I know that because that's what they end on. And like, I was just like, damn, if I'm just getting in and sitting down, then like, y'all fucked up. And especially since the movie ended at 4:30. and the next showtime was the press screening, another press screening, right? Of the same movie that we saw. I'm like, if y'all had that much time before the second press screening, why didn't this start at like 1:30 or 2?
Right. Push that back. Yeah.
Like, that shit was crazy that this started literally minutes after our screening ended. Look,
Yeah.
I still fuck with this movie, but I on the ride home Monday night, I saw a quote from Timothy Chalamet talking about his career, and he goes, "This movie doesn't have my favorite performance, but it's my favorite movie that I've been in personally." He's like, "I just remember the experience of seeing it for the first time, where Nolan invited me and the cast to see it at the Lincoln Square IMAX, and we go to Lincoln Square. I sit there with my dad, and I'm so excited to watch this movie, and I was so overwhelmed by the whole thing that I went home and I cried because I realized I wasn't in the movie as much as I thought I'd be. And the thing that I realized is there was nothing really cut from the movie. It's just I wasn't in it as much as I thought it'd be. And the biggest part of the movie is Matthew McConaughey watching me monologue. And I'm like, damn, I'm giving good stuff, but it's rightfully on Matthew instead of me.
Right.
I was just like, oh, my man didn't know how to deal with Hollywood expectations. He thought he was a movie star out the gate, and he realized he had to be humbled a bit.
Well, good. Look, I like until the second viewing, I had forgotten that Chalamet was even in it, right? But that's kind of a testament to the performance of the movie itself, that you don't recognize these people, right? Like you're there for the characters, you're there for the movie. You're not there for the actors. Right?
It's cool. I think it's cool though that great casting on Nolan's part, that he used unknown Chalamet at that point,
right?
And then Casey Affleck as the older version of Tom, because I'm like, damn, they do look alike. Like, you can believe, like, yeah, that's them.
Yeah.
Will say, I got the 4K box set, the 10th anniversary limited edition, and it's so limited, it's sold out during pre-sales. So if you try to get one now, you're SOL.
Or you're paying like $500 for it.
Yeah, so there's 3 added special features, and I watched them all. The biggest one is the looking back on Interstellar, where it has interviews from Denis, Josh Hartnett, Peter Jackson, film critic Kenneth Turan, and Nolan himself. And, you see Nolan talk about it, and watching Nolan talk about it, like, you see the look on his face of melancholy, where he's just like, the movie was a success when it came out, but it didn't touch the zeitgeist like The Dark Knight or Inception or Oppenheimer did. So, like, it did kind of hurt me a little bit, because that was the first time I felt like, oh, I made money, but I'm not part of the cultural conversation. And now he's like, now here we are 10 years later, and this is my most popular film that I've ever made. And it cuts to Emma, who's his producing partner and wife, and she's very much involved in every step of a Nolan movie. Like, that's his right hand. She goes, I don't think people realize just how much of Chris is in this movie emotionally. Maybe not like scientifically or smarts, but just emotionally. I don't think people realize Chris really put himself out there with this one.
Sometimes things are too future for us, right? And like, it truly does take time for people to appreciate it.
Oh yeah, because I hated Tenet when it first came out, and now I fucking love that movie, man.
Right, and like, we've had this conversation. I highly disliked Interstellar the first time we saw it, right? And now, with some time, it's like, yeah, it's my favorite Nolan. Also, one of my favorite Nolans.
A lot of people, like, that's the thing, is it starts off with Denis, And Denny's like, yo, listen, more important than box office, more important than even critics, more important than even social media buzz or any of that. The biggest test to a movie is time.
Yeah.
He's like, how will it play when my movie comes out? I'm thinking about how will it play 5 years from now? Because even 5 years is a big difference. And so now that here we are, 10 years, and he's like, I can't even believe it's been 10 years. And 10 years, it's now being called a masterpiece. I'm glad it's finally being realized. And you're listening to Peter Jackson talk, and I'm like, damn, Peter Jackson is speaking eloquently on this movie.
Yeah, and here's the thing about true art. True art is never appreciated in the time that it's created.
Yeah. Look, this is why I'm going to say this straight up. You're not going to get worst of from me and Jeff just because I don't like punching down, number one. And we already punched down enough on this show. And number two, we spend so much time talking about stuff we love. I don't want to waste time on stuff we hate. And, maybe stuff that we hate now, we might, who knows, maybe in 5-10 years we'll come to appreciate it. Because, like, yo, if we're doing this show,
not our guy.
Oh, nah.
Never our guy.
But not that, not Borderlands, not The Crow. But with that said, if we had made a worst of list in 2020, Tenet would have been on that list. And that's why I don't like doing those lists, because sometimes they just don't age well.
Look,
like the Razzies, a lot of the Razzies has not aged well.
Perfect example. I will perfectly, I will admit that I hated Will Ferrell movies, right? When they first came out. And then after some time, I started locking in and seeing what everyone else was seeing, right? Will Ferrell is too future for me, right? Step Brothers, hated it. Now, one of the best comedies ever.
Avatar.
Talladega Nights. What?
Avatar 1 for me. Avatar 1 for me.
Yeah, Avatar 1, like, I thought it was fine.
I didn't like it at all, bro. Yeah. I thought it was like, I finally got to see, I think the problem with Avatar, my man's made that 10 years too soon. Like, I don't think the technology still wasn't there, and the story didn't really resonate like it resonates now.
Yeah, sometimes things are too future for you. And, like, honestly, movies but it's vice versa. Sometimes movies that I loved the first time I saw them.
Oh, yeah, you go back, you're like, ugh.
I go back, like, oh, no, what was I fucking thinking?
Yeah.
So, what is it? Hindsight's 2020, or whatever like that. Like, with time, you get to see things a little clearer, for good and bad. So there you
go. Shout out to Peter Jackson though, because like my man's is whistling like Danny Glover when he speaks, and I'm just like, oh man. I was just like, can somebody give Peter Jackson some money to make like a couple of more movies? Because like watching this documentary, this 10-year look back, I was just like, oh Jesus Christ, man, we gotta get Peter Jackson to do another movie or two.
What was the last thing he did?
It was the Beatles thing. It was the Beatles documentary that came out a couple of years ago on Disney Plus.
But like narratively, what's the last thing he's done?
The Lovely Bones. Yeah. That's why I'm just like, yo, we got to give you some money to do. We need another King Kong from you, my guy.
Right? Like, go back and watch King Kong now. I don't know why it wasn't a bigger hit.
King Kong, like, yo, listen. I'll even take a Hobbit because I hate the Hobbit, but I
still have never seen the Hobbit.
I would rather another Peter Jackson movie than not. Yeah, man. Interstellar. If you have it, watch it though. The new features are good because there's also a couple of round tables and you hear them talk passionately about the movie. Like, I want to get through the rest of the special features, but they're all on the previous release, and I just never got around to it from the previous release. But I just wanted to watch the new features to talk about them, because I do on our social media, as most of you probably seen already. I do an unboxing of this gift set, this box set, this collector's edition. They give you real space patches, Jeff.
A word?
Yeah. My brother's is coming soon, and I was like, "You gonna use your patches?" He's like, "I'm gonna use a few of them." I'm like, "Damn, bro, you're brave. I'm not using those patches at all. They're like real space patches. Like you can sew them onto your coat if you wanted to."
Are you?
No, man. I'm never taking. Those are staying. I'm a collector. They're staying mint in the plastic.
Fair.
Like those look, Jeff. If those came straight from NASA, I would have believed you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. The posters are dope too. It comes with a few posters. Also comes with a note from Nolan. That note is so nice.
A handwritten note or a reproduction?
A reproduction.
Okay.
But it's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
And the last thing I'm going to talk about is a movie called The End. From Joshua Oppenheimer. It's his first narrative film. He's done 2 of the best documentaries I've ever seen. One called The Act of Killing. The other called The Look of Silence.
The Act of Killing. That was the one in the Philippines, Indonesia.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. This. I applaud this movie for taking a big swing, because when they started singing, I was just like, oh, it's a musical, and I was just like, ooh. I was like, ooh. I applaud.
Oh, no.
2.5 hours.
What's the premise?
A rich family lives in a salt mine, and this salt mine is a bunker, and they live here because the world's ended. Well, this woman, played by Moses Ingram, stumbles upon the bunker and comes in and upends this rich family and their little society that they built with all their helpers.
Okay.
And you come to find out they actually are partly responsible for the end of the world and some other things. So, like, this girl's trying to deal with her trauma of being out in the world and leaving her family behind and feeling guilt over that. And they just don't want to talk about it and don't want her to heal from her trauma. And it creates even more trauma. But as good as a premise as it is, I think they handled it pretty badly. Like, this could have been such a good movie if it wasn't a musical and actually wanted to really try to say something with these characters, which it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm looking at like clips from it, the trailer and everything like that. The production design looks amazing.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a well shot movie. Nobody's phoning it in because the cast is an all-star cast.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, George McKay is the star of this. But he looks just like Harrison Dickerson. Like, so Jeff, do me a favor. I need you to pull up side-by-side tabs of George McKay and Harris Dickerson. Don't tell me, you can't tell me those aren't the same guy. Like, you'll see. But yeah, this is a swing and a miss, but I applaud them for their audacity.
One of them has, one of them has a thicker nose, and that's about it, right? Like, they all look the same to me.
Look,
yeah, but they are definitely interchangeable, right? Like, oh,
yeah. Look. This will be it. I've heard nobody say anything about this. It's out in theaters. Nobody's seen it. I was the only person in the auditorium.
I mean, honestly, it says right here on IMDb that it's not supposed to be released wide until January January. I don't
Oh
think.
well, Neon messed up then.
I mean, IMDb could be fucked up.
Oh, that I think one of the two. But yeah. Look, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I catch it on Hulu in a month or two.
Yeah, I mean, is the music
If
good?
you have to see this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So let's get into trailer talk.
Roll camera and action!
It's time for some trailer talk.
All right. I'm going to start off with a trailer that dropped this morning called, just so y'all know, y'all get Superman on our last episode of the year because they're dropping that on a Thursday, even though y'all probably should have just dropped that on Monday so that way everybody could talk about it the entire week and not like, I don't want to waste my whole weekend on a Superman trailer.
And like, I know James Gunn just dropped something on his social media, like where he's talking to
it's a teaser for the trailer.
And it's like, so it's a teaser for a teaser?
Yeah.
Because it's not the full trailer, it's a teaser.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. Like.
So, let's talk about this A24. A24 dropped 2 trailers. We're going to talk about the one that they dropped this morning. The first one called Death of a Unicorn, starring Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd. Yeah, you know, looks fine.
Yeah, what's it about?
Looks fine.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here.
Accidentally killed a You know what? These people accidentally kill a unicorn, and it looks like they're profiting off of it somehow.
Cool. I mean, honestly, it sounds like old A24. Like,
I don't know. It comes out this spring. That's all I said. Is coming this spring.
I mean, I like whimsical horror, so we'll see. All
right, let's move into the next A24 trailer, which is called Warfare, co-direct. So co-directed by Iraq War veteran Ray Mendoza and Alex Garland. They co-direct this movie. Looks like Call of Duty the movie. That's all I got.
Okay. I mean, I got nothing to say about it. I saw clips of it. I haven't seen the whole entire trailer, but it didn't look interesting to me.
Yo, Alex, I hope this is not the movie you plan on going out on. Like, yo, just do the last one in the 28 years later trilogy. Just do the final one and have that be your last movie. Like I know you become disillusioned with filmmaking, but like this is what you want to go out on, bro. All right, let's move on to our next trailer. Dropped last night. Focus features thriller. Soderbergh's putting out 2 heaters at the beginning of the year because Presence comes out next month. And now another David Koepp. David Koepp, he's having a good year next year, huh? Because Presence, this movie, and Jurassic. This movie's called Black Bag. It's a thriller about Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett. They're married, but they're spies.
So, a gritty version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Like a Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy version of that.
Okay, cool.
It looks cool. Look, got 2 movie stars in this doing cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm here for
spy
Soderbergh.
shit.
Yeah, I'm here for Soderbergh.
Look, I'm not gonna say no. That's all. That's all I know. Like I'm a sucker for spy shit, and I'm a sucker for Steve.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad to see Fassbender working again too.
Yeah, because what was the last thing he did I can't remember.
The Killer.
The Killer, yeah.
But it's been a minute since The Killer. But I'm gonna finish up The Agency because he's the star of The Agency. Well, I'm glad I already got a 2nd season renewal.
Oh, yeah?
But I should probably keep watching that before Paramount Plus expires.
I think you've got 30 days left, right?
I got till February 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, and now Karate Kid Legends. This trailer is hard.
It looks amazing.
I gotta finish up on Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I think I missed the last 2 seasons of Cobra Kai, so I gotta watch those. But unlike what was the last Karate Kid movie, the one with Jaden?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
I had
is a sequel to that.
I had no interest in seeing that.
It's a good
Right?
movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just because Jaden, that kid is a charisma vacuum. But yeah, no, this trailer looks really, really good, and like the action looks tight. Jackie Chan looks to be actually acting.
Yeah, he was actually acting in the other one too.
Yeah. So like, all right, maybe I'll have to watch the next karate. What was the last one? The next Karate Kid or Karate Kid next?
The next Karate Kid was what's her face?
Hilary Swank.
Yeah, that movie's terrible on every level.
So what was the Jaden Smith one? Just Karate Kid? Okay.
Yeah. Look, one thing I like about this franchise is that even the terrible entries they treat with respect and reverence. They're like, yo, listen, y'all might not like it, but there's things here that are great and we're going to show you why. And they do. They redeem like a lot of the bad stuff. Unlike, retcon, when they pull the retcon stuff, like take for instance, like Superman Returns, where Bryan Singer's like, oh no, this is a sequel to the first two. 3 and 4 never existed.
But like 3 and 4 did exist. They were
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
they were horribly bad.
That's what I'm saying, and I hate that type of thing. Either start over from scratch or just make a sequel to the whole thing.
Right, or recognize the bullshit. Right,
yeah, and try to fix it.
Yeah,
and try to fix it.
Because everyone can admit that Superman 3 was barely a Superman movie, but it existed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's corny, but like, yeah, that's the one thing I like about Cobra Kai is like it treats everything with respect, and made Silver terrifying because Silver was a cartoon in Karate Kid 3. Terry Silver.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man. Look, the fact that they redeemed Karate Kid 3 and brought back everybody from Karate Kid 3, and I was like, oh man, these are good characters. I'm like, damn, this show's good.
Yeah, look.
Yo, Hilary Swank, you could have redeemed the next Karate Kid and made us retroactively like that movie too, but you refused to. Because now you did Mystery Alaska. And now look at you. That show got canceled. Now look at you. Can't do Cobra Kai because Cobra Kai's done.
Yeah,
I know you're sick.
Maybe we should show up for Legends.
Yo, listen, even Elizabeth Shue came back for Cobra Kai.
Really?
Yeah, she's in 3 episodes of season 3, I think.
Okay. Shit. All right.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, if Elizabeth Shue came back, then like Hilary Swank, come on, man, like
you're not too good for Cobra Kai.
Yeah, right.
You're not too good. You're not too good for fucking Karate Kid.
Yo, but I want to know why Jackie Chan is seeking out Daniel, because he's also Mr. Miyagi.
Right. Okay.
Because in the trailer, he's like, yo, you knew Mr. Miyagi? He's like, yeah, but I'm here looking for you, not him. And I was like, wait, why is he looking for him, though?
I can't. So we'll find out.
I don't know. Those fights look hard, too, bro.
Yeah. On top of a building?
With the drum.
With the helipad? Yep.
The drum on the soundtrack, that's hard. The way it's cut, every hit is timed to the drum.
Yeah, no, it's like a really good trailer.
Yo, shout out to Ben Wang because he's been working a lot too. And I'm not going to lie, seeing him in that 3-way fight between him, Ralph Macchio, and Jackie Chan, I'm like, I know they're training because that's clearly a shot from when he's training, but that's still hard. It's just still hard. I was just like, yo, that's hard.
I mean, this is why this franchise has survived for damn near 40 years.
Yo, I mean, look, it's coming out in the middle of the summer, so
yeah. So this is they're putting this in peak tentpole territory.
Yeah, bro. Yo, listen, the fights in this look hard, man. The fight, yo, homie kicked dude off the what's it called? the fire escape.
Oh
where he's chasing him and he grabbed this fire escape and kicked him right off. I was like, that's hard too. Or when he's walking that girl through the subway and that dude grabs his arm, I'm like, yo, bro, like.
I love it. Honestly, I love a good subway fight, right? Like that close quarter combat shit. Yeah.
It's also mind your own business, bro. Like I see this all the time. Somebody thinks they big and tough. They start picking on somebody, and then like we sit there, and it's just like, yo, you got to tell the cops. You're like, well, I mean, he started it. You're like, you know,
right. He started it. The other guy finished it.
Finished it. Yeah, it's like you can't give him assault charges. Like,
right. Yeah. I mean, you can, but if you do, you're a dick.
But yeah, I can't wait for this shit. And when's the last? I gotta find out when the last part of Cobra Kai is dropping, because I know they said they specifically wanted this to drop once Cobra Kai was done. So I'm like, okay, so clearly this is going to tie into the movie somehow.
Right. So I definitely have to catch up and finish out the show before.
It feels like you can watch the movie without seeing Cobra Kai, but like the end of Cobra Kai is going to be important for this movie, is what I'm feeling. Because they like Sony said, they're like, yo, this movie has to come out once the show's done. We can't have it come out when the show's going on. I was like, okay.
Look at Sony making smart moves.
Yeah. Instead of making Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man.
The Spiderless verse.
And come to find for those of you listening, come to find out, this entire time, they could have used Spider-Man. There was like no restrictions. They just decided not to.
Are you fucking serious?
I wish I was lying.
So all of these Spider-Man list movies, they could have put Spider-Man. Then why the fuck were they dancing around Spider-Man in fucking Madam Web? Why are they like not even a byline on the fucking Daily Bugle in Craven that said photos by Peter Parker? Fucking the fuck out of here.
They're too busy paying for that Russian choir for Craven. Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that Spider-Man could have actually fought Venom? You know how insane that would have been? Tom Holland fighting Tom Hardy?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Or you have two other Spider-Men as well, too. Like, at any point, they could have picked Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire and just said, like, here's $20 million.
And like, what happened to that movie? I want to see that fucking the multiverse Spider-Man team-up movie.
Yeah. I from the rumors, that looks like that's what's happening in the next one. Again.
Yeah.
Again, that's why it's taking so long for the fourth one to come out, because Sony wants this big giant multiverse movie and Marvel wanted a more street level focused movie with Spider-Man and another MCU character. And honestly, I prefer Marvel's.
The street level. Yeah, I prefer the street level. But like the last Spider-Man movie was a perfect way for Sony to have its cake and eat it too, then, right?
Yeah, because listen, they could have had multiple Spider-Man running at the same time. They chose not to. They still can. At any point, you could pull Andrew Garfield and just be like, "Yo, you're fighting these guys now."
Right, and like bring in Tobey Maguire, and you could have a build up to another team up movie, just like Phase 1 built up to the Avengers. You could just do that with Spider-Man.
Yeah, and have like a live action Spider-Verse. Yeah.
You could have, but
look. Remember in the Sony leaks, Amy Pascal wanted the next one to be a Tough Mudder competition. So,
sure, okay.
That's wild. She still works. It's wild. All right, let's get into our main review.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The Film Blurds Feature Film Review.
start with Mufasa. I feel like I'm like the only critic who liked this movie. Like the critics are really digging on it, and I'm like, I don't know what y'all were expecting, bro, because I thought we were going to get something much worse.
I I haven't seen the first one. I had no desire to see the first one. I don't like these live action remakes, right? Just because, like, all the ones I've seen, most of them are not very good. So I went into this one apprehensive because I heard of how shitty the first one was, right? And I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I enjoyed this a lot. It could have been much worse. The acting, for the most part, is on point. The songs, even though they're not terribly memorable, they're
I
not
mean,
horrible.
there's only one I remember. It's the brother song because that joint's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah,
That song's hard.
like, yeah. The brother song, Mads kills it.
Yeah, as the evil white lion,
There's the evil white lion. You know, it's fucking them whites. The whites ruin everything.
the white devil.
The white devil, literally. And even though and I've said this before, just because you know what the story beats are going to be doesn't make it less enjoyable, right? You knew, like, eventually this Scar's going to betray him, and you know it's probably going to be over a woman. Yeah, X, Y, Z, yada, yada, yada. We've seen it a million times before, but it's executed very well. It really is. So I don't know why people are shitting on this. My only problem with it, Blue Ivy. And not because she's particularly bad. She's okay. Like, she's playing a kid. So, you know, she's a kid. My problem with it is the inherent nepotism.
I get why that bothers you, but it doesn't bother me just because more than her mom, you can tell she's acting. And I
Right.
feel like her acting is good, whereas B, it just literally sounds like she's there reading lines.
I mean,
Every time. And like this movie, it's fine because she only has three
one line.
lines.
She has 3 lines? I thought it was just one line.
It's
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
So you can't even tell, but like every time, like Epic, I remember seeing Epic, and that was like her first major voice acting role, and I'm like, this is terrible. Even The Last Lion King, I was like, it just sounds like you're reading lines and not even acting. Also, no offense, like Jon Favreau is not the director Barry Jenkins is, because Barry Jenkins clearly had a vision. There's point of view shots in this, mounted point of view shots, where I'm just like, he's pulling a Darren Aronofsky for some of this. And there's multiple oneers in here where I'm just like, yo, these are great. And they build tension and add to the stakes.
And the 3D, honestly,
really good.
Not bad. Not like it's a little disconcerting to begin with. Like, you have to really adjust to it because of the way the cameras are moving and everything like that. But once you're locked in, it is very good.
Like,
you know,
I will say, I'm going to get to my problems. Like, my only problems right now with this movie is it just should have been a prequel. Because the sequel stuff just feels superfluous, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And the sequel stuff is just used as I'm just going to tell y'all now, the sequel stuff is just a framed device to tell this story, which wasn't needed.
Right.
And every prequel, it does that prequelitis stuff where I'm just like, yuck. And there's 2 particular moments. One where they pull a Joker where he's like, where they go, want to know how I got these scars? And I'm just like, oh, God damn it, man. And then one with Pride Rock, which is embarrassing. Like the Pride Rock thing, I'm like, that's embarrassing, y'all. Like, I don't know why y'all did that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Look, so let me gather my thoughts on this. All right, so let's get into this. That didn't bother me, but it made no sense. right?
Yo,
Like it just happens.
y'all could have saved yourself mad money if you had just let that just been a rock formation from the beginning.
Right. Yeah. So, but
that was terrible. That was, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves for that.
yeah, I mean but that didn't bother me as much as it bothered you. But I will give you
the scar,
like when he's like,
and the name.
I will never say that name
Taka
again.
I will never say Taka again.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right, sure, motherfucker. I'll call you Squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cringy. It was, but the rest of it was absolutely
pretty good. Pretty damn good.
Pretty good.
Don't know why people are shitting on this, honestly, because
I've seen much. Like, you're shitting on this, but you like Kraven the Hunter, right? So fuck you.
Well, no, they ain't like Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
But here's my thing: you're not gonna get something like this from Disney ever again, because this has a personality to it.
Mm-hmm.
Despite Barry said he was frustrated with Disney because he would have long shots, and they would tell him like, why are these shots so long? And they're like, you wanted me to make a Barry Jenkins movie, I made it. They're like, yeah,
right.
But we didn't know you're gonna have these long takes. And it's just like,
you asked for a Barry Jenkins movie. This is what Barry Jenkins does.
Yeah, so that kind of frustrated him, and he said working in an all digital environment kind of killed any inkling he had of doing another studio movie. So,
and honestly, when he was first announced, I was
confused too. I was like, really? But he swore up and down that the script was amazing, and he signed on because he read the script and he loved it. And like, I see what he fell in love with.
Right. But like,
I don't know if I would have personally signed on though.
Yeah, no, like, because you're not. There's something
good,
about
but
people
not good enough to do something like this.
Right, and he elevated it like this. In anyone else's hands, this movie would not have been nearly
and the actors
as
did
good.
Too, because all the people who were in the prequel part are killing it.
Right.
Are killing it, and I think that also helps. Is like it's more cartoony here than it is in the 2019 version, because the 2019 version they tried to make those look like real animals, where here they're just like, we need to make it a little bit more cartoony, so these animals have don't
freak people out,
and some type of personality, like they can actually emote, you know what I mean, and smile and cry, and you can see the emotions rather than you're just looking at a dead-eyed animal that just happens to talk. So it's kind of off-putting, where here it's cartoonish enough where it works, where like they have emotions, and when they smile you feel it.
Right. There's this side of anthropomorphic. It's sort of what floated, right?
Yeah.
Where they're still animals, right? And it's like, but it's how an animal smiles, or not how an animal smiles, it's how we project emotions onto an animal. Right? Because like when you see it, like everybody knows when a dog is smiling, right? But like that nigga's not really smiling. He's just like his face is just just doing that thing. Right?
Yeah.
We project our emotions onto these animals, and that's what this gets. And it does it very, very well.
Yeah, look, man. And look, the character dynamics are in the prequel part anyway. Are so well executed, and they do have some emotionality and depth to them. I was like actually surprised, like they went this far in characterization.
I mean, Disney does what Disney does and kills parents.
Oh yeah,
Disney loves a dead parent.
Oh yeah. You can't have a happy family,
right? Like it's
they are like they will. They keep giving you the gentle version of a trailer family.
Long lost daddies.
So yeah, and I'll say this: Scar's a bitch.
Scar's a punk. Scar's an incel.
Yo, yeah, I was thinking that, because I was like, the way his story plays out, I was like,
right, so like,
Ooh, it's
Like,
cringy. It's very cringy.
because she literally doesn't want to give you the pussy. Like you're gonna go all evil.
I
And
mean,
that is another thing. The turn for Scar, like I understand it, but it just doesn't seem earned. Right? It
yeah,
seems
but
like
I mean, also his dad was a bitch too, so I see where it comes from.
your daddy was a bitch, your granddaddy was a bitch.
I was
Bitching is
thinking
all
that.
you
I was
know.
thinking that. I was like, yo, because you think back on the movie, you're just like, damn, man, like Scar comes from a family of
Of
fucking
bitches.
yeah, man. Like, no wonder, no wonder.
But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Would I see it again? If someone I knew wanted to see it again, I would.
Yeah,
Like
I'm going again with my brother because my brother wants to see it, and like I had a good enough time where I know I will probably more or less enjoy it again.
Right.
I don't know if I'll enjoy it as much as I did the first time, but you know,
Yeah, but like I wouldn't dread seeing this again. It's a kids movie, right? It is.
and,
It's
and it is every time I walk out of these, it's a minor miracle where I'm just like, well, kids will love it. Where I have to always say that to myself
right.
because like either it's not for me or it's just so bad where I'm just like, well, hopefully kids will like it.
Yeah, no, like this is good, but kids. This is also for kids. It's a Disney film, right?
Right. And look, I enjoyed this. I'm gonna be real with you. I enjoyed this a little more than Sonic. Quite honest with you.
I didn't enjoy it more than Sonic, but I mean,
I
it's good, but also, yeah, like, and Beehive, don't come after me, for the Blue Ivy thing. I just think a actually trained actor could have done that role better, but
She was fine. She was
was fine.
perfectly fine. Like it was not
And-
even a bad performance. It
right?
was
It's not a bad performance.
because again,
It's
you
just,
could tell I was like, oh, she's acting,
right.
unlike her mom.
And honestly, she's only in it for what, 15, 16 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not that
the
bad.
prequel part is 90% and the sequel is literally 10%.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that. I love Rafiki. I love that little monkey motherfucker.
Yeah, if it's playing, see it in IMAX 3D. Because it is an expanded aspect ratio. It's not 190 and it's not 143, but it's in a tall aspect ratio. You should definitely check it in IMAX 3D.
Yeah.
Look, I enjoyed it. Let's get into our next movie, which I'm just like, a lot of the stuff that people were cheering has like gone over my head. I'm just like, because there's a pose that Sonic and Shadow do in the climax, and the dudes behind me just go, yeah, yes.
See, I barely liked Sonic the Hedgehog, the video game, right? Like I played it, but I wasn't ever like a super fan.
Yeah, because you're
And
heartless.
I know
Because you're heartless.
Yeah, because I'm heartless. I'm a monster. But when they made that pose, I knew that was supposed to mean something. I just didn't know what it meant.
Yo, a lot of this shit, I'm gonna be real with you, just went over my head because like I stopped playing Sonic at Sonic 3.
Right.
And that's when like they first started introducing Knuckles. So like Knuckles is like literally like the last new character I know. So like seeing all these new people, I'm just like, okay.
Sure. But like I didn't really need to know that shit to just enjoy it. Like I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
My
Like
only
it was
problem
fun.
is like in the flashbacks, why they have this little girl running around the lab with this dangerous hedgehog? I was just like, that took me out, bro. I was just like, nah.
Okay, so I thought I was just being too critical. Right?
I was just like, nah, come on.
I was like,
y'all.
why? Yeah, why is this little girl? Yeah, like just running roughshod over this military base.
Yo, having Shadow pull her around on the skates. I'm like, yo, listen.
And it's cute. It's cute. It's fun.
Right, but let's have some suspension of disbelief. If you're hiring these guys to do sanctioned government missions, you're not gonna have a little teenage girl running around a military base
with an alien,
right?
But in this world that they have created, I'll let that go. I'll
Mhm.
let that go.
My problem with this movie too is it's just the second one again. Like it.
Eh,
So you just swap Knuckles for Shadow.
eh.
Robotnik works with Shadow. He works with Knuckles in the last one. And then the third act becomes a whole big showdown between Supersonic and the Robotniks.
Okay. Which is like honestly, which is fine to me. Like this tapped into something uniquely adolescent inside of me, right? It unlocked like that kid in me. And it's fun. It knows exactly what it is. The jokes landed for me, right?
Yo, listen, Jim Carrey is had me dying. Like I watched the first two again over the weekend,
Right.
and both of those still have me laughing at points. But like, I think I laughed the hardest during this one, especially where he was spanking the spanking. That had me dying.
Yeah, like Jim Carrey is having so much fun in this. Like everybody is enjoying this movie, right?
And they're playing the Chemical Brothers in this too. At one point, where he's getting suited up, I was like, "Yo, they playing '90s Chemical Brothers."
like the score, like the soundtrack. It's throwback heaven.
And instead of playing London Calling when they get to London, like everybody does by the
Right,
Clash, because like those are the two songs people know by the Clash: London Calling and Rock the Casbah.
Uh,
And instead of playing that, they play some grime music. I was like, "Oh, they're playing grime when we get to London."
the special effects are great. The animation is fantastic, better than anything we've seen in Marvel in the last couple of years.
I like the set piece in Gun headquarters where it changes between floating to being stuck to the floor.
Right,
That was a great set piece.
that was a great set piece.
They actually had the balls to kill off a long running character.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that the last 20-25 minutes is pretty much an anime, right? It's like pretty much like you said it, when Sonic goes Super Saiyan, it is literally the best episode of Dragon Ball Z we've never seen.
Yeah, see, but like they did that shit in the Matrix already. You know what I'm saying? Like Matrix 2 and 3 is like they were doing that.
It's absolutely fine. Like I said, this tapped into the kid in me, and I fucking thoroughly enjoyed it. It's better than the second one, and I like the second one a whole bunch.
Second one's still my favorite of the three.
But like you know what you're going into for this,
Right, I'm not
Like,
mad at this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, yo, look, if you have to spend a day at the movie seeing Lion King and Sonic, you're going to be perfectly okay.
you'll be fine.
Because if you told me by the end of the year, like I would be like, "Oh, you're gonna be fine doing a double feature of this," I would have laughed. I've been like,
Right.
"No way, no way."
Yeah.
And not because I think Sonic was bad. It was just because I don't think it was going to be worthy,
Right.
of a Christmas release.
Yeah, and like this is definitely a Christmas release. This is definitely like this is gonna make some money over the next couple of weeks. It's to come from that first trailer for Sonic 1 with ugly Sonic, right? To think that we'd be 3 movies and a TV show in, right? If it weren't for that redesign, none of this shit would have ever happened.
Some good news, y'all. Y'all don't have to watch Knuckles.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
Like,
that has no tie-in.
I enjoyed Knuckles, but yeah, you don't have to. You honestly, you don't even have to. Because I still have not seen the first Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh no, you should. Sonic 1's good. Sonic 2's better. And like, listen, depending on how you feel, you might like this one the most. But like Knuckles, you can absolutely just throw out the window and never.
I love Knuckles. I understand why you don't like it. I understand why a lot of people didn't like it. But like I said, it tapped into some fucking childhood trauma down the line somewhere. It made a connection. This whole entire series makes a connection to me. It's fun.
Somebody's gonna have to explain the first credit scene to me because I have no idea what was going on. I can't tell you who any of those characters are. The people who were in their 20s who were sitting behind me I thought they were going to have a heart attack. I'm like, are y'all going to be okay?
The post credits were the
post credits is where a certain character returns. The mid credits is setting up the fourth one, and I was just like, I have no idea who any of these people are.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know who this character was, but also,
I mean, I knew Shadow was like an evil version of Sonic. So when they teased that in Sonic 2, I was like, okay, we're doing that.
Right.
I didn't know what exactly his deal was, but I knew he was an evil Sonic. I literally can't tell you anything about these new characters.
Which is fine. I'm not here for the story, right? I'm here for I'm not here for like the continuing like sort of world building. I'm here for the fucking lessons on friendship and family. That's what
also,
I'm here for.
Just so y'all know, no explanation for how Robotnik comes back. They're just like, yeah, Robotnik's back, and they just keep it moving.
Yeah, it's fine. They even make a joke about that, don't they?
Nah.
No.
Do like the older one though. The older one was funny.
Yeah, like I look, if anyone can play against themselves,
it's Jim Carrey.
It's Jim Carrey, yeah.
Because they even make a joke about that. It's like a bad movie where they have the same actor in dual roles,
and it looks at the camera. And
yeah,
it's like, this movie knows exactly what it is. It does.
I think it's also clever how they bring back two characters from previous entries because they were clearly not needed, but they wanted these actors back, and they found a clever way to bring them back, and I'm glad they did. They did.
And it worked. Like, I don't have a problem with anything in this movie, and anything that I could point out, it would just honestly be me nitpicking. It was me trying to find something, like the whole entire military base girl thing. But also,
no, that was bad. That was real bad.
But here's my thing. So there never makes mention that, okay, this is Robotnik's granddaughter. So technically, wouldn't that be Robotnik's sister?
Jim Carrey's sister. Yeah. So younger Robotnik, I guess that would be his cousin or something.
Right.
Probably cousin. Like, we'll just say cousin.
Cousin. But like the family lineage thing was like, all right, well, can you explain that to me a little bit?
That's what you got hung up on?
So, but I didn't even get hung up on it. It's like a question that came up to me. And like, it was like, I wonder how this works. Keep it moving.
Oh man, I did not care.
See, you didn't care. I didn't care either. Like I said, it just popped in my head for a moment, and this is just me nitpicking. But everything that it put on my plate was more than enough for me to overlook that bullshit.
But yeah, I went to a Gen Pop screening, and some lady decided to come halfway through the movie with her kids, and the kids started crying. I thought they were crying because every other kid in the theater was crying because it was in Dolby Cinema, and
it was loud as fuck.
Yeah. No, they were crying because they didn't have snacks, because they come back in another 15 minutes later to watch the rest of it. And I'm just like, I was like, lady, at this point, you just wasted money.
Like, so
and then right before the movie starts, some dude walks down past me to sit in some empty seats, a few seats down. Blurred, had glasses like me, had dreads like me, but looked dressed like a stereotypical anime fan, and his backpack was a King Koopa backpack. You know, Koopa shell with the spikes? Yeah. That was his backpack.
Look, sure, fine.
And then the 20-year-olds behind me, Jeff, looked like the stereotypes that we get in every single piece of media. And they were the loudest. Woo hoo hoo hoo, yeah. And then that last post credit scene, as soon as that was over, dude, one of them just goes, "Yeah, you can't keep a good hedgehog down." Before the movie, they were cursing a lot, and I'm just like, y'all, there's kids in here though. Like,
right.
Keep it, if you're gonna talk like that, like, take it to a whisper.
Right.
Take it to a whisper, bro. Don't talk loud like that.
And like, what is the description of the mother who comes in halfway through the movie? What does she look like us?
Oh, dog, she was us and let's say Monique. She looked like Monique from Precious.
Oh, you stop. We got to stop leading into these stereotypes. We have to. Like,
you could tell those were her nieces. Those weren't her kids. Those were either cousins or nieces.
Oh man. Well.
Hey man, look, at least the battles in this were cool. Like, the fights are hard, man. They're like the hardest fights of the series so far. Because let's be real, there's going to be a fourth one.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm not even mad at. I'm not even saying that out of spite or anything. I'm just saying that as fact. Like, people think I'm mad. I'm not mad. Like, the only thing
set up for a fourth one.
Like, the only thing I'm mad at this year is Argyle and The Crow. And I haven't even seen The Crow, but I'm mad at The Crow. Otherwise, I Argyle broke something in me where I see something now. I'm just like, yo, it's terrible. Sure.
Right. But it's not Argyle.
Yeah, man.
Argyle was a violation.
Like, the only equivalent to Argyle this year is Red One, where, like, I hate Red One for the same exact reasons I hate Argyle, where I'm just like, $250 million, y'all just
for that.
And Alien Romulus, a movie I'm not too high on either. You're just like, how's this cost a fraction of what y'all spent?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm just like, that's why I'm saying, like, yo, I'm not mad at this. Like, it's not like I did not enjoy it. I enjoyed it. Like, don't get me, there's not out of these 3 Sonic movies, there's one I don't like. You know what I mean? All of them are enjoyable for me at different levels.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is the Knuckles show. Like, that's it. Like, honestly, that Knuckles show should have been a Tails show. Tails should get his own spin-off.
I mean, Tails probably gonna get his own spin-off. Yeah, this is a great feel-good, decompress, don't think movie, right? And it's, it talks about friendship, it talks about family, teamwork, all that other bullshit. It's giving you kid lesson vibes with a little bit of edge and snark.
Look, man, I'm gonna say this, like, yo, y'all, if y'all mad that we like both of these movies, sometimes we just want entertainment, bro. Like, we just sat through quote unquote real movies, you know what I mean? And I still got a couple of more real movies to watch, and I'm not looking forward to it because I'm kind of over it.
Yeah,
you call people unserious. Like, look, listen, I call people unserious when it's nothing but dumb shit.
Right.
But I say this with love. Sometimes we do need dumb shit, just not dumb shit all the time.
Right. And here's the thing. I want dumb shit done well.
Yeah, and both of these
are done well.
So it's just
it's Sonic 3 is dumb as, it's like, when we say dumb, we mean like entertainment, storytelling, not art. Right? This is not art. This is entertainment. This is enjoyable. This is fun.
And unlike Kraven the Hunter, at least, even though the sets in Sonic are pretty drab, at least they tried. Mm-hmm. Like, they're mostly grayscale sets, but I'm like, you know what, man? They tried.
There's mostly warehouses and shit.
Yeah, right? And great, like, the sets, like, it's grayscale. Like, a lot of them are just grayscale, no color to it, but I'm just like, you know what? The production designer tried, unlike Craven the Hunter, where the production designer might as well have just stayed home and was just like, yo, I got COVID, here's some stuff, pick it.
Right. Yeah. So, like, there's something to be said for just stuff that's entertaining.
Yeah, man.
And that's all I gotta say. Like,
I will say this: neither one of these will make my best of list, but I'm not discouraging you guys from not seeing these. Like, definitely see them both.
Right. Like, and I can separate best of from enjoyed the most. Right. That should actually be a list, right? Like, it's not going to be on the best of list, but stuff I enjoyed this year. This is definitely on the list of shit I enjoyed, and I'm kind of really looking forward to seeing this in 4DX.
Oh,
this
man,
shit must be wild forward.
I wish this was in 3D, man. I don't know why none of these got released in 3D. Like, I would like to see all three of them in 3D.
I mean, they're probably waiting for next year where they got to fill a gap and re-release them all in 3D.
That's a shame. That's such a shame, bro. Look, definitely see it in Dolby. You can't see it in IMAX because Lion King got them IMAX screens locked down. Right. And then when they're not showing Lion King, they're going to be showing stuff you cannot take your kids to, like a Complete Unknown, The Brutalist, and Nosferatu. And for those of you listening, definitely see The Brutalist in 70. Not a movie to see in IMAX for a number of reasons. Dude, don't do that to yourself.
Fair. It's fair.
Like, you absolutely don't do that to yourself. Yeah. They barely got a R rating. Like, they had to appeal a couple of times to not get an NC-17. So, like, watching The Brutalist on IMAX is like watching Blonde on IMAX. Like, don't do that.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, and I'm not saying they're the same quality because,
right.
But you get what I'm trying to say. The content.
Sometimes you don't need 8 stories of rape,
or watching people shoot up heroin.
Right. Exactly.
Like I do not need to see Pulp Fiction in IMAX.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right? Would watch Jackie Brown and Kill Bill. Not fucking Pulp Fiction. Did see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in IMAX. That was cool.
Yeah, that I can see that.
I'm gonna be real with you, Jeff. It looked straight like a film print.
All right. Like, I'd like to see Inglourious Bastards in IMAX.
I'd like to see Death Proof in IMAX, honestly. I like Death Proof more than Inglourious Bastards. I'm just still mad about the hoodwink on that movie. Like, I'm just mad. Like, if that movie was called Shosanna's Revenge, I'd love it. But it's called Inglourious Bastards. They're not even in their own movie. Y'all sold me. And the trailer, too. That trailer was hard. Oh, it was about them scalping Nazis, and it's just about this Jewish girl.
I love that bamboozle.
Nah, man.
I loved it.
Nah, I'm good.
Tarantino did a flim-flam on you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Fucking guy. Hey, look, your guy loves Joker, so, you know.
I will defend his art. I will not defend his taste.
You know what, man? I will say this. If I was in his position, all those movies that were in development that he had the chance to make, I'd just make them, honestly.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, I'm at the point now, I'm just like, I would have made it. Like, yo, Double V Vega, that would have been done.
Yeah.
Only thing I probably wouldn't have done is Kill Bill Volume 3, just because Kill Bill was one movie split into 2. There's no need for Volume 3.
And, like, I don't need what was the kid's name? The
little girl? Yeah, I don't need to see her revenge.
I don't need to see her revenge.
Yeah,
right?
I don't need to see her.
That's some fan service shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's something like, and I saw some fan art for that. It was like, do you have nothing better to do with your life?
Yeah, I do want to see the whole bloody affair before I die somewhere. It played once at Tribeca, and now he just shows it whenever he feels like it at the New Beverly.
Yeah.
But, like, you got to be lucky when he announces that.
Right. And in California.
Yeah. So, look, what we're trying to say is not everything needs to be seen on IMAX, and that's coming from two sickos who saw 2 Robert Eggers movies on IMAX, about to see his newest one in IMAX, and are seeing seven
in IMAX.
So think about, when you go buy a ticket for The Brutalist, all we're saying is have some coffee, and that's it. And also, don't go see it in IMAX.
You don't
this
need
is coming
that
from
IMAX.
two sickos, so don't see The Brutalist.
And that is a public service announcement from the Film Blurs.
Yeah, that's wild that movie's getting an IMAX release, but whatever.
Whatever. They gotta find a way to upcharge you. They gotta find a way to make that money.
Well, that is episode 144.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies. You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best.
It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFire XL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.